Where's my phone? Hi guys. Hi, how are you? Hi, Alani. Well, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? All right, let's get this flashlights off. Hi, Tracia. Welcome in. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Sharon Review. How are you guys doing? So, our condolences go out to Dolly Parton. We have, may her soul rest in peace. Condolences to our family and friends at this time. Yes, yes, yes. So, from 9 to 5, working 9 to 5. What a way to make it a living. Barely getting by. It's all talking and no giving. They're just use your mind and never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5 service and devotion. I couldn't sing it, but I said, let me just. I think there was more to that, but I forget that the rest of that. Okay, welcome in everyone. Our condolences go to the Queen of Country. May her soul rest in peace. Kudos, darling. Kudos to you, my darling. Rest well. Rest in heavenly peace. All right, so with that being said, okay, my lovelies, welcome in. So we're going to recap today. Honestly, today I don't really feel it. Our icon, our legend is gone. And I didn't know what to call it. So you guys can give me a name for this show. So I just says we're gonna recap the stuff then that we saw today and so forth, right? So let's begin. Lauren dig herself in a hole by calling Dan. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Do you believe Lauren dig a hole for herself this morning by calling Mr. Big Pants? Mm-hmm. Do you believe? Do you believe Lauren dug or the dig a hole for herself by calling the Don Man? All right, welcome in. It's a very sad day in the neighborhood. Let's be nice. It's a very sad day in SkitLanta. It's a very sad day in SkitLanta. 9 to 5, working for a living. Where is Annette? Me need my singer, and she not here as yet. And not even Charmin is here as yet. And where is Miss Terrian? Yes, I dear Marvis, welcome in. All right, I kind of feel sad. I'm just a telling on. I just kind of feel under the weather. But I guess life must go on. Okay. Welcome in, Maria. How are you? Welcome in, Goddess. Diamond, welcome in. Duda, welcome in. Twyla, welcome in. Marvis, Sabrina, Tracia. Alani. Welcoming everyone. How are you guys doing today? All right. So Alani says, watch Kara put hands on Liza when she find out he cheated on her with Mara. Who is that? Now your mother putting on her. I don't understand that conversation because the person me see touch him was his mother. So I don't understand that. Hi, Sharon, everyone. Maybe me need a new pair of glasses. Hi, Tracy. A good evening, Sharon and chat family. Welcome in, my beautiful. So, Motamasi. So, we're going to give Anthony a new name, guys. Anthony' new name is Motamasi. All right, my lovely. Motamasi. Because him can never let sleeping dice lie. He has to go home to go fill Denanisha in. He never used to go home and fill Amber in. But Motamasi went home to fill Denanisha in. And he placed the baby in Kai's bed and let her know how Shayla was passing out. Oh, Shayla checked him for not giving him giving her the 20,000. Oh boy, and oh, he stand up to her. Yeah, right. Like so she give her rats. Did you think she really cared? Do you guys believe Denisha really cared that Anthony stand up to Shayla about not giving her the 20K? And she said, plus you even paying her rent. And he said, exactly, I'm paying her rent. And she wants me to give her 20 for a baby birthday party, a 2-year-old birthday party. Make that make sense? And she said, of course, no. And he says, don't you see him here? She says, I couldn't take him. Isn't he in there lying down? He said, I see you. And she got up. That's all we have to say to her. All right. So we touch on Denisha. Did Anthony have to say, do you agree for Anthony say anything to Denisha, the mistress? Did he need to say anything to Denisha? Let me plug this in. Oh, hold on here. Let's start the poll. Thank you guys for that first poll. Okay, thank you very, very much for that. All right. So now, do you agree with Anthony for telling Denisha about Shayla? Should Anthony add anything? Yeah, that's what I should just make it short and spicy. Should he add anything? And in the meantime, you guys are doing it. Let's lead with the word of the day. Okay, my lovelies. So happy Tuesday, everyone. There are painters who transform the sun into a yellow spot, but there are others who, with the help of their art and their intelligence, transform a yellow spot into the sun. Well, I don't get that, but hopefully you guys will let me know what that means. Okay, so that's the word for today. Thank you guys. Well said there. All right, so let's jump. And this is a quote of the day is by Pablo Picasso. No one ever understood it. Picasso. There are painters who transform the sun into a yellow spot, but there are others who, with the help of their art and their intelligence, transform a yellow spot into the sun. Makes sense. Thank you very much for that, Picasso. All right, my lovely. So with that being said, please hit the like button as you enter into the room, and let's relax, unwind, pay our respect to Dolly Parton, our country queen legend, and we can have a little uplifting, I hope, with these skits. All right. So we're going to review the Kountry Wayne skit, everyone. So we have Goddess here. So Tracia says, yes, she did. Good evening, Maria and Tracia. All right, let's see what you guys' ideas, Sabrina. And Twyla says, LOL, believe Lauren deserve anything bad that comes her way. She is awful, humble. No, LOL. Nope, she's not humble. Okay, Twyla. What do you think? So you guys know that we can't do this alone, right, besties? So we need help from the audience, right? So now, guys, tell me, why did she call Dan today when she went to reach the Newburgers building? She sit downstairs. Oh, Dan, you're messing up me and Wayne. Why do you guys think she did that? I'd like to understand her psyche. And I really think after this, I'm going to need a psychiatrist, seriously, guys. I think I need to talk to somebody about these kids right now. Because it's a lot going on. It may be simple, but we have done. It's a lot going on. Oh, sorry about that. Thought I volume take the volume down. All right. So Dan let her know, says, I'm not playing about you. Where are you? At his house? Where are you now? She said, I don't need to know, but just leave me and Wayne alone, or else. What is she going to do? You think she's going to call the police on him? Or will she give him a birthday party? I can see that coming, because when people are pushed up against a wall, they will do anything. Do you believe it's going to get serious now for Lauren, since she does not accept Wayne saying it's over? And the reason why it's over, the name is Dan. Dan is why it's over. The hear him tell him cook. She's crazy. I'm not going to put myself in jeopardy. I love my life too much. That man says, I ain't playing about you, so why am I going to play about with my life and my children's life? I have a reputation to uphold. That's what he was telling her right there. So why did she call Dan? Is to wild Dan up? Is for Dan? She thinks Dan gonna says, oh, I'm gonna give up? Dan said, I've invested too much into you. Why is he going to give up now? All right, so let's see what you guys have to say here. Goddess says, please hit the like button, chat. Thank you, Goddess. Duda says, I think she's keeping her foot in the door just in case she keeps saying no, but she's also keeps calling him. Exactly, Duda. She should have just blocked him. Diamond says here, hi, Sharon. Hi there, Diamond. Welcome in. Maria says, hi, Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. Okay, so everybody's saying hi. Rest in peace, Dolly Parton. Good evening. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. And Amber fans all to the end of the skits. Yes, Annie. Amber fan all to the end of the skit. Okay. And then Anthony hates Amber because of her sleeping with Wayne. Hi dear bestie Dada says, okay. Hi dear Michelle. Anthony told Sheila he loves her. Yeah, I saw that, but I don't think he meant that he's in love with her. He said, I love you. Sheila said, I hate you. Him says, I love you even when you're petty or you're being whatever. He just loves her as a person, but he's not in love with her. That's the difference, Nancy. And then Twyla says, Delicia is two-faced with friends like her and Lauren. Who needs backstabbing enemies? LOL. Exactly. Who needs backstabbing friends? Nobody does need that. We need good people in our corner at the end of the day. Diamond says here, here's what I don't get. Amber can vent to Dave, but Anthony can't vent to Denisha. Okay. If you guys, the reason why I mentioned that, right? Amber can vent to them is no big deal. Anthony never vented to Amber. Have you ever seen when he went and spent the play date? Did he come home and says, "Oh, Amber, I spent the play date with Shayla. Oh, by the way, I gave Shayla just money, $5,000." Did he do that? When he met Delicia, did he go home and says, "Oh, by the way, Amber, I went to close a deal with Buddy there, Ben, and I saw Delicia, and she was cold, and I put my coat around my sweater around her." Is what I'm saying? Right. So that's why I said what I said. Thank you very much, Diamond, for that. All right, and Goddess says, good evening. Okay, welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Angela. Please hit the like button, everyone, for Sharon underscore Rico review. Thank you, guys. All right, so now, good evening. I do believe Denisha cares. Okay, so everybody loves that Denisha is with Anthony as long as he's not with Amber, right? All right, got that. Thank you, darling Twyla. Well said there. Maria says she did care and she did not look happy about Anthony offering $7,000. Thank you, Maria. It looks like she thinks that was too much. She honestly thinks that is still too much, but it's okay to give her $20,000, give her mother $10,000, and pay for her mother party. It is okay for Anthony to do that. Is what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, make a bedroom for her son. While his son don't have a bedroom, he has to share a bedroom with a big 13-year-old. Mm-hmm. A baby. Mm-hmm. He should have a baby room. Okay. Nancy says, I enjoy seeing Keisha and DJ her car breakdown, Darrell baby mama. Okay, so she and her son. Okay, thank you. Nancy didn't get to watch any of that. I was too under the weather because a legend had just passed. She's a part of the family. Maria says, no, he didn't to say anything. You're right, he didn't need to say anything. Exactly, Maria. He didn't. Because, but as I said, we are seeing that Anthony is changing. The reason why I brought these up, guys, is for you guys to see the difference. Right? It's to see the difference. He wasn't doing that for Amber, but he's doing it for Denisha. So they are showing you that Anthony is actually changing, in my opinion. All right, so that was the correlation. Ernestine Earth, that Jake put in Nadia first. Yeah, okay, thank you for that, Nance. Okay, and then Diamond says, Sharon, I look at it like this. If Amber can vent to Dave, then Anthony can vent to Dave. Yes, she can. Oh, definitely. I do understand that, but I'm sure he never used to do that for Amber, but he's doing it now with Denisha. So they're actually showing us that Anthony is actually changing. Yeah. Isaiah and Bum want to be a player. Okay. Smush the like button. Nancy says. And then Nancy says, I don't like Anthony, period, but it's about time he put his foot down on Shayla's neck. Yes, totally agree, Nancy. Absolutely right. And that you just say something nice and then you go back and call him a clown now. Baby, but what is it? It's either he stand up to Shayla or he's changing. All right. Anthony and Wayne are clowns and strict daddy. Yep. And then Twyla says, Anthony didn't have to say anything to Denisha, but he's like his ex-wife to be can't hold water. Twyla said. Wayne Earth Tamira deeply is playing with Lauren. Okay, thank you, dear Nancy. Anthony acts like a Motamo. Yes, that's why I call him Motamasi. Good after dear Steffi. Welcome in. All right, good evening, Sharon, chats, and fam. Welcome in, Sherma. I skip my diva, Ralphie, damn skip. Yes, I did do that too. I was out cleaning the rock garden. I should do it before and then after. It looks really nice now. Diamond says, Lauren thinks if she does that, Wayne will take her back. Yes, Diamond, you're absolutely right. Well said. Duda says, Denisha only cares about how much of Anthony money she can get. Exactly. Right. I wonder when he's gonna see her for who she is, because Shayla said, "Oh, you have to cut down what you have to give to us because you have to take care of the big bottom person." That's what Shayla had to say right there, guys. Was she right to say he has to is he has other priorities, so he is cutting because he needs it to for the other family that he has there, but not for her family, of course. She want to let Wayne know she has him in control. Dan shows her he's the boss. Yes, Nancy, well said. I love that. And you know what? God is so good to Wayne. I think Wayne was going to say, you know what? Let me and her continue kick it, but I'll do it here at the penthouse. But by her still pushing the issue, the envelope, by saying she wants to go to the mansion, and nothing was wrong with her being in the penthouse. She had behaved like say the penthouse is beneath her, and she not have nothing to show for it. She not have no doorknob either, just like Shayla. Yep. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So she played herself by calling Dan. Hi dear Michelle. And then Sabrina says Dan is the one she can go to get love from. She just want to scam Wayne for his money. Okay, so she have two man to blouse and skirt. That's what you tell me. Sabrina, that's what you tell me. Dan is for love and Wayne is for the money. All right, thank you. Well said there. Maria said, I think a birthday party. I think so too. Good evening, Stephen Mac and Sherman Goddess says, and then Angela C says, once Wayne told Lauren it's over, he should not have invited her to the condo. Wayne is playing games too. Exactly. But he told her it is this. He didn't says they're in a relationship or anything, but she was checking his temperature to see if she's okay now, that he's good with her, because she give up, you know what, and she think that is a hunky dory. But baby, she played her own self. I think that was really a very delightful skit this morning. So kudos again to Lauren for her dumb behavior. That we just give her a round of applause. Well done, Lauren. Well done. You did a fantastic job outing yourself right there. And the conversation that he had, because when he says, I invested too much, I don't play about you. When he said, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, that's enough. That's enough. I don't want to hear anything more. Please hit the like button, support Sharon _ Rico review. Thank you, Goddess. All right, so let's see. She likes Dan fighting for her. Yes, and she wanted Wayne to do the same. You see, Wayne is not fighting for her, and she says Wayne should fight for her. And Wayne say, are you crazy? Why would I do that? There's a man already love you. Him name Dan. Oh my goodness, guys. My goodness. She is something else, and she was pushy too. And I'm happy that Daddy Dearest, that is Wayne, stand up to Lauren, and then his son Wayne, Anthony, stand up to his baby mama Shayla about time. So they both get my round of applause again. Hope then about make me go feel bad. Then if another skip drop at 6:30. She likes Dan fighting for her, yes, but she also tell Wayne she want him to fight for this, and she put her hand on her hip and said, I need you to fight for this. And he said, fight for what? You're mad. Duda says she really thought Wayne would fight for her. The scammer is being played, and she is too slow to catch on. Exactly, Duda. Exactly. And Sabrina says, you see Lauren still called and telling him the same thing. Yes, I see that for real. And then Wayne inviting Lauren over to his condo is giving her mixed signal that he really wants her. Yes, he did. Because last night, we were in our feelings and we said, why did Wayne do that? Right? And he says they were going to watch some TV. So maybe, audience, did Wayne and Lauren watch TV last night? Do you believe Wayne and Lauren watch TV? Do you believe Wayne and Lauren watched TV? All right. Okay, so 52% of you guys says, do you agree with Anthony for telling Denisha about Shayla? You guys says yes. You guys agree with him for telling her, so that's good. All right, so I guess he is learning to coexist with a partner by communicating what's going on in his life. He's not bottling it up inside. Okay, I see that. All right. And then Twyla says, Lauren keeps acting as if none of this is her fault. She lied to Wayne. She's acting like Dan is just this crazy person that is doing all this for no reason. But he isn't, and she is entertaining him, most definitely. So, is she lying to Wayne? Do you guys believe Duda says TV, watch them. LOL. TV watches them. You guys are absolutely correct. TV was watching them. For real. And I totally agree with you, Duda. TV was definitely watching them. And then, let me see. I need, oh, okay, one more. I wonder what show they were watching, was watching them. I wonder what show it was. Pre-tell. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think that's done there. Wayne continues to tell Lauren that things can never be no how they were. She's acting like Dan, deaf in one ear and can't hear out the other. Exactly, Tyler. Well said. Well said. All right. So here is Michelle says she can't block Dan because Dan knows about her scamming. Okay, Michelle. I like that. I like that. I like where that going. So you guys believe she can't block Dan because Dan knows of her scamming. I like it. I'll take that. So Alani says, watch Kara put hands on Isaiah when she finds out he cheated on her with Mara. So I thought it was his mother who grabbed him up. And then Maria says, Anthony was always secretive with Amber. I hope he will have a everlasting peace with Denisha. Thank you, Maria. I know you'd say that. Thank you, New Skit. Sheila is telling Angelina that Anthony is not paying for the party. You mean that? That's what you meant, Antoinette? And then Twyla says, Anthony loves Shayla as the mother of his child. If there was no Kai, there would be no love. Exactly, Twyla. And Michelle says, Denisha doesn't give a darn about anyone other than her child and family. Exactly, Michelle. She doesn't care. She really don't you see she get up so fast from Anthony because she says, look here, what do you think? She should just move. Yeah. Goddess says Denisha is helping Anthony establish boundaries with the Shayla. Exactly, Goddess. And he does have better communication with Denisha than with Amber. Well said. Even, do you think it's better than with Shayla? Because he used to communicate with Shayla too, right? All right. Thank you for that, Goddess. Well said. Well said. I love that. I really love that. She's actually helping him. Like what we all says, that she is his lesson that he has to learn. And then Twyla says, Anthony has always been a lame, so I'm all for him getting is treated by Denisha. I don't blame Denisha for anything that happens to him. Okay, Twyla. All right. And code 10, Angelina going to pick up Kai. Okay. This is serious. Okay. So I wonder what Anthony gonna do. Will Anthony? Okay, let we poll this. Let we poll. I haven't seen it, so let's poll it. Let's poll it. Let's end that. You guys says no for 81% for the poll that we did. Do you believe Wayne And Lauren, watch TV. You guys says no. The TV, watch him. All right. Thank you guys for that. Now, do you believe Anthony will give his son to Angelina Shapotsky Angelina? All right, there you go. Let's poll that. Okay, and I need to see what you guys are watching there. All right. So Missy Roan. Okay, she have her Zashri is there with them. Okay, so the title goes, when Shayla tells Angelina Anthony shut down Kai's party. Okay, well, they have the money. They don't need Anthony money. So you guys are thing there. Well, he has to stand up to her too. Yeah. All right. So we're polling that to see what's going to happen next. Will Anthony stand 10 toes down with Angelina, guys? Will Anthony stand 10 toes down with her? Well, Anthony. We're just predicting. Stand. Angelina. Okay. Do you believe Anthony will stand 10 toes down with Angelina? Because Angelina, Shayla, Shayla is spinning this right now. You know what it is, guys. She is spinning a tail to her mother. Hi there, Charmaine. Welcome, my darling.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Did you get to watch the skit with Shayla telling Angelina that
Oh
Anthony
God,
shot?
I'm just so skit out these last days. I mean, it's like I am planning another break. I'm
Hi, Sharon.
highly. How are you? I'm planning
Good.
another break because they're too much. I mean, the whole Dan and Lauren, Wayne and Dan, Shayla, Anthony, and the BPL crew
Too
and
much.
all of them. It's too much. And you see, Angelina said she's going to go pick up Kai over at Anthony. So I want to see what she's going to go over here and do. That skit I'm waiting on. Waiting on that skit because Angelina mouth is mouth from the south. Angelina is the witch of the south. So I want to see a clash between Angelina and Denisha. But you see, the funny thing is, and I did not even want to come on this evening because I was not in the mood. But there is one big thing. Anthony just met Denisha a few months ago. Anthony had a wife for 2+ years. Anthony was with Shayla for almost the same period of time. And I know he used to tell Shayla things, but when Anthony was able to tell Denisha how much money he was worth, his wife does not even know that. When he's able to go and tell Denisha that he's worth $20 million, something he has never shared with his wife.
Mm-hmm.
The only money Amber might know Anthony had was when Brittany pulled his financials. That was the only time Amber may have known the kind of money Anthony had. Anthony never disclosed that to her, never disclosed that to Shayla. I don't even think he disclosed that to his lawyer. However, he saw it fit to tell Denisha that. Like that is the only thing he can use to keep Denisha. I don't know if I mean this is my opinion and people might not agree with me. But just thinking about that, because that same night when he said to Denisha, "Oh, Kai is upstairs and we have the downstairs," and she said, "No downstairs, no downstairs." And he said, "I just told you that I'm worth $20 million." And she said, "No downstairs." So just saying that, it's like Amber told him that the only thing he's going to do is buy that girl. He has to be able, he will only be able to buy women. He's not going to get anybody to love him for him, but to love him for what he can do for them. And it is getting clearer and clearer as the day go by, because the other day when Denisha saw that Dave bought Amber a house, and he thought she was kidding. But she said, "I want a new house and I want a bed." She was not kidding, because even when she said, "What are you going to do? You're going to you're scamming me," and she said, "I'm serious. I want a new house and I want a new bed." So people keep saying Amber is a gold digger and Amber is this and Amber is that. I want to ask Lee, I want to ask you a question, because I think you have been watching a long time.
Mm-hmm.
First time when Amber was getting that divorce, what exactly did Amber say she wanted from that divorce? If you can remember, what did Amber tell Brittany? The only thing she wanted from the divorce was what?
Her
Let me
house.
see.
Sorry, I'm not
Okay.
Lee.
She said she
Uh,
only wanted the house. And
yes,
who was the one that says, "No, you're going to get Evening 4 okay. We are taking everything
you'll
we
get
can."
more. Yeah, she said you'll get
Exactly.
more.
So it was not Amber who wanted anything from Anthony. And everybody's coming out. I mean, I'm still not an Amber fan, and I'm making that clear, but a spade a spade. Everybody's coming out talking about Amber wanted this, and Amber did not want anything from Anthony. All she wanted was is the house, nothing more. Brittany was the one who told her, "No, no, we are not doing that. You're going to get everything that you can get. When we're done, you're going to be a wealthy woman." Fast forward to when they account. Amber and Anthony has been together for how long, and she never bother about any name putting on any account. That was never her intention. When did she start to ask about putting her name on the account? And who started it? Brittany. The day when they sell, when Wayne and Rolanda came over to celebrate the sale of the theater, and they
It
came
was
with that
Brittany tell her
cake,
to do it.
and they came with that cake and everything. And Brittany asked her, "How much money did he get from this theater sale?" And Amber said, "I don't know." And she was like, "What you mean you don't know?" And they had a joint account that was their business joint account, or they had a small joint account that they were both putting money in, and that was what they were spending money from, because they had joint account. But Brittany said, "No, no, no, you need to get your name put on that joint account." And Brittany was the one who was in Amber's back until Brittany leave town. She was the one who was in, my mom would say, she was the one who was invigilating Amber to get her name placed on the joint account. So for Amber, it was never about money. It was never about money. Even when they were divorcing, it was never about Anthony's money. Brittany was the one who introduced her to all of this. So when people coming out and saying, "Oh, Amber is a gold digger, Amber is this," Amber was never a gold digger when it comes to Anthony. This time, it's different. This time, she said she wanted her 50%. And because of maybe all the things that she think Anthony put her through. But for the previous time, it was never about money. For her, it was never about money. So when people say, "Oh, she's a gold digger," and yes, she's an opportunist, I'll agree. I'm an opportunist. And if that makes me a gold digger, then I'm a gold digger. But if a good opportunity presents itself, I'm not going to give it up. Why should I? And if the opportunity presents itself that is going to yield benefits in terms of monetary funds, then maybe people will call me a gold digger, but I'm going to use that opportunity. Go ahead, Lee.
Oh, I don't have anything. You did a good job. I understand what you said, and I agree with you that Amber wasn't about the money at that time. It was about the house, and she also wanted her peace and everything. You know, that time she was actually figuring out that this is what she wants to do is to divorce Anthony, but it was just a lot of things going on too with other people trying to tell her that, oh, you know marriage is for the long haul, just like Mama Brenda will always try to like convince her to stay. But
And you remember how upset Brittany was when Amber decided to stay, that she was not going to
yeah,
divorce Anthony again, because
yeah,
Brittany was also looking on the money,
Yeah, I
because she
remember.
was saying she was going to get all this money. And when
yeah.
she realized that Amber did not want to divorce Anthony again, and if we are to be honest, if Amber had divorced Anthony that time, Amber would have walked away, because even his lawyer told him that she could get up to 75% or more at the time of that divorce. And that was it why the lawyer encouraged him to go back and try a marriage counselor. Because she asked, and he said, maybe if you go back and you try a marriage counselor, she will take the marriage off, she will take the divorce off the table. And
Mm-hmm.
that was the only reason why Anthony actually went back. And even when he was talking to Pierre, and he said to Pierre, at least Amber is not going to divorce me again. I can get Brittany off my back. That was one of the things he said. I can get Brittany off my back. I don't have to finesse my money anymore or whatever, because Amber is not divorcing me. And yet still, what did he do? He start hiding money. He get Ben to start hiding his money. And people keep saying Amber is not a gold digger. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion, because people saying she's a gold digger, and I don't see how they associate her with a gold digger, because that girl has always been about her bag. Yes, we know that, but she's also want to work, and that was why when she gave up the restaurant, the bar, it was so hard for her to give up the bar, because she tells Shayla, she said, I have to find something else to do. When she was not Shayla, what's her name? Danielle. And she said, I need to do something, because this is not me. I can't just sit. And she was talking about her. And that was one of the reasons she was even talking about maybe going back to school to get her PhD or something.
Degree. Mm-hmm.
Because she said she could not just sit around and do nothing. So Amber was always about her business. She even Wayne said it to Anthony the other day when she said Amber was always about her business. Amber is Amber. Denisha is no Amber. Wayne said it to him straight to his face that, yeah, Denisha is pretty and all, but she's no Amber. Because from day one, Amber was always about her business. Back in the days, she had her beauty salon, she had her bar. She was always about her business. And people
Mm-hmm.
still want to say this lady is a gold digger and whatever. She is Anthony owes her. And if Anthony can look at Denisha and tell Denisha that he's valued $20 million, and she is going to be a wealthy woman, a woman he just, as Angelina just put it, just plucked from some hood or wherever and put in his house, and he's telling her, without even knowing anything about this girl, that she's going to be a wealthy woman. Why Amber can't be a wealthy woman? Why is it so hard for people to say Amber cannot be a wealthy woman? Of course she can be a wealthy woman if Denisha can be considered, Anthony's considering Denisha to be a wealthy woman. Why can't Amber be a wealthy woman and Anthony's dime? Tell me.
Hmm.
Goddess, I see your comment where you said Wayne also said she likes a man with money. Who doesn't like a man with money? Who doesn't like a man with money? I mean, you still don't want to be with no broke man, or even, I'm not even going to say broke man. You still don't want to be with a man who is not able to take care of business at home. Nobody wants that. Any man, anybody is, they want to know that the man can take care of his responsibility. Doesn't matter if he has thousands, millions, or billions. They want to know that he's able to handle his responsibility. So if that makes you a gold digger, well, I think all of us, and this is my opinion, all most women are a gold digger. If that makes them a gold digger, if they want a man to take responsibility at home and take care of his business.
Mm.
Okay.
And I'll always say, to add to your stuff, Shaman, a lot of people want something for something too. You know, we all are like that too. We always want somebody to give us something, and then we want something in return. But in reality, it's not all that, because you have to either like that person for them, or you get what you want out of it, and you just go your separate ways. But in society, that's what is always be too.
Okay.
I'm going to answer Suzette thing. It says, if that's the case, why is Denisha being called a con artist? Okay, if you go back and you read what a con, if you go back and look at the definition of a con artist is somebody, and Denisha behaves like one. We know, we know. Okay, so people have this thing, and every time you hear people saying this, Denisha came in on the scene with Momo being con artists, both of
Mm-hmm.
them. Plus, there was another little one in the clique. There was about three or four of them. I think one of the girl was Momo's sister.
Nina, Nina
I don't
too was a
remember.
con artist.
No, I'm talking about the clique of Momo, Denisha. There was a little one, and there
Hmm.
was another one.
Oh,
I
when they
think
were
that
when they
one
were in
was
the group,
Momo's
when they had
cousin.
their group, you talking about their
Yes,
group?
Mm-hmm.
When they
when they
were
were in
okay.
that group, and they were con artists. They were con artists because that's what they were doing. They were, the day Momo here, Ralphie got that money, she
Mm-hmm.
went and she told them because she was in the store. She wanted a job. She got a job with Ralphie. And she was in the store and she heard him on the phone talking about some money that he got. I don't know how much, $100,000, but he got some money for some lawsuit. He won some lawsuit and he got some money. Mama heard that, and the first thing Mama did was go and tell her girls. And Denisha was the one who came up with the plan to fleece Ralphie of his money. Momo start talking about her dog is sick, her mother is sick, everybody in Momo family started being sick. Denisha con Ralphie out of get a shopping spree out of Ralphie, saying it was her birthday. And who found out that it was not Denisha's birthday? Sade. Because
Mm-hmm.
Sade went into her IG when it was her real birthday and saw that it was her real birthday. However, she got a shopping spree out of Ralphie because she told him that it was her birthday and he took them shopping. So people is saying, oh, she can change. But okay, nobody is saying Shayla can change.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, when they said, oh, Shayla can change, no, 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 Shayla can't change. Shayla is also always going to be a villain. Shayla is also always going to be a snake. Amber can change. No, no, no. Amber cannot change. Amber is a gold digger. There's no changing. But everybody is saying Denisha can change. Make sense. If Denisha can change, so is every other character in Skitland. So when you are saying Shayla, no, Shayla will never change. Shayla will always be Shayla. Although you can see that Shayla is coming into her own. But everybody is saying, oh, Denisha is not scamming Anthony. Denisha is not a con artist because, oh, she can change. She can change just like everybody else can change. If you all think that she can change, everybody else can change. Everybody else can change. And
Mm-hmm.
let her past stay in the past. That was in her past. Nobody is letting Shayla or Amber past stay in the past. Why Amber past can't stay in the past? Why Shayla past can't stay in the past? If Denisha past can stay in the past, everybody past need to stay in the past. And that
Exactly.
is all I'm
Probably
saying.
right.
We have to call a spade a spade. We can't be pick and choosing whose past come to the forth, come into the future, and whose past stay in the past. And we can't be saying who is changed and who is not changed. We can't be pick and choosing that. Shayla, of course, Shayla is trying to change. Shayla is trying to change. It's just that because of the way she is, her mouth, she'll still run her mouth, but she's still trying to change. And I mean, a lot of people have seen it. A lot of people have seen the change. Suzette, Denisha is cunning Anthony. She's more supple. It's going to come out, of course, because a con artist is somebody who gains your trust. She comes in from the first time she saw Anthony at at Wayne's house. And what did Onipat told her? That leave that man alone. You can see it on her face that no, she was not going to, because Anthony started to express all this desire and start to tell her how nice she look and how pretty she is, and oh, fate, it must be God because your son name is Sky and my son name is Sky. Can you imagine? God is doing whatever. God is bringing you to me. Denisha saw that. So every other thing that came out of Denisha's mouth, people saying, oh, she was not, Anthony was chasing her, because that is how kind of artists work. Anthony chased, she want Anthony to chase her. And in the meanwhile, because Anthony knows he's chasing her, when she give in, Anthony will think that, yes, he conquered this girl. It was all that designed that way. That was how it was. That is how she designed it, for him to chase and think he conquers. He chase and he think she gave in, and he think he conquers, because she said, you lead where, however you want to lead, you lead, because that is what Anthony does. The first thing Anthony did with Denisha was to take her on a shopping spree. They did not even went on a date, because Denisha was telling him that I'm going, just let us be friends, which was also something that a con artist does. A con artist will tell you all the things, because she knows she's just taking you, reeling you in a little at a time, because she know that Anthony was this determined, as a determination, knowing that he was going through a divorce and he was not in anything with his baby mama. She was determined, but she want him to believe that it was all good. And that's how can artists work. And that's my opinion. I'm not letting that go, because I know how can artists work. I've known a few con artists in my time. So I know how they work. Their primary purpose, number one, is to gain your trust in a relationship. Gain your
Mm-hmm.
trust. And that's what she's doing with Anthony. Once she gained the trust, and Anthony thinks that, yes, this is the best thing that happened to me, then she pounces like a snake.
Suzette P saying that Wayne chased Tamira and gave her 50,000 date, Then she got with him and Tamara Conway. How did Tamara Conway?
Tamara saw that. Listen, Tamara saw that Wayne was going to. The first thing Wayne did this elaborate thing for her. And then, okay, you remember there was an argument between Tamara and Shayla and all of them. And then Wayne started giving her 30,000. She said, no, she didn't want it. And this is women. No, 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 you don't have to do that. And yet we are using one hand to push it away. And said, no, 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 you don't have to do that. I'm good. And then you're using the other hand to take it. Tamara told, I think it was Shayla, that she got used to this lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
She don't know if she could do a
Go
different
back.
lifestyle. Go back to a different
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. Because it's all about the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It is all about the lifestyle. And people keep saying the only reason why Amber did not leave Anthony the first time is because of the lifestyle. Amber could be a wealthy woman, live whatever lifestyle she wanted to live. Because I remember when Anthony bought that diamond earring for her, and Brittany said to her, when this divorce is over, you'll be able to buy your own diamond earring. You'll be able to buy your own expensive handbag, travel the world, wherever you want to go on vacation. So you will be a wealthy woman. So if Amber was about the money, you think she would give up the money? She would not give up the money to go back to Anthony for what? For what purpose?
Give me a few seconds, Brian. I will check my email in a bit.
You understand? For what purpose? If Amber was such a gold digger, she would take the money and run. She would take that money and run. She would not go back with Anthony. And people is saying it's a lifestyle. What lifestyle? Should be getting almost 3/4 of the money that Anthony had then. She would not need anybody to give her a lifestyle because she would have her own lifestyle. The money she was getting from Anthony and the asset could pay for whatever lifestyle she wants to. So that did not make any sense when people were coming out and saying the only reason she went back to Anthony was because of the lifestyle. No, it ran deeper than that. It ran deeper than that. But they said there's a thin line between love and hate. And trust me, sometimes when somebody hurt you and you try and you try and you try, after a while you said no, no, you
Mm.
can't do it no more because you went back with the intention of trying and you try. And after a while, I see it happening in real life. You try and you try, you tell yourself, yes, you're going to try and you're going to see how it will work. But after a while, you realize that everything is one sided. The other person is not even trying because Anthony was not trying. Was Anthony trying? Anthony was not trying until when he finally realized that Amber really wanted this divorce. Then he
Mm-hmm.
started to plan trips, elaborate trips around the world. They could go every day if they want to on a private jet and all.
Yeah.
And then they would go to a spa. They would do all the things
Brian,
that
check your email in a bit.
she wanted to do from the beginning. All of a sudden, when he realized that she wanted to be up and out of there, that was when he wanted to do all these things.
That is true.
I was a big Amber fan back in the day when Amber was going through what she was going through. I was not a Amber fan when she was sleeping with Wayne, and I mean playing in Anthony's face. I really dislike her character then. But after the
Mm.
whole Shayla thing came out and she saw Shayla, she caught Shayla with Anthony. Because even one of the time when Shayla and Anthony was running around and doing all of that, I still was saying, yes, you reap what you sow, because you were doing the same thing with Wayne. I was saying for the Amber character, I said, you reap what you sow. You were
Mm-hmm.
doing the same thing with Wayne. And Wayne was Anthony's business partner. Now Anthony's doing the same thing with your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
But after when she caught them and she went to jail and she lose her child or her adopted son, and then I start to feel kind of sorry for her. And when I see that she really was going through it, really was going through it, and then when she came
Mm-hmm.
out on the other side and was like, she bounced right back. In
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica, they have a term say you pick him up, you lick him down. What a hard man for dead. That's Amber.
Mm-hmm.
What a hard man to expire. You pick him up, you lick him down, him bounce right back. That was Amber. Because I remember when Daylan tell Anthony that if you see Amber, the way Amber look, you would not know that Amber went through what she went through.
Yep.
And that was when I became one of her biggest fans. And the night when she did what she did with Dave was when I said, nah, that's not my Christian values, and all of that would not allow me to be riding with her anymore. And that's when I went on the fence, because I still did not like Anthony for all the crap he did back then. Still was not riding with him. And I'm not riding with Amber right now. So that's the reason why I am on the fence, and I will stay on this fence until thine kingdom come. Lee, you there?
Yep, I'm listening to everything you're saying.
No, you can read some of the comments. You can read some of the comments. You see in the comments?
No, I don't see on my side on my
Okay.
phone.
So
Yeah.
Era is saying everyone is hating Denisha, but no one is hating on Wolfman Dave. Era, you are always coming like that. I just said that that's the reason the moment Amber start messing with Dave, because when Dave was helping her with her restaurant, when they were I like Dave then. I like Dave when he was, but the moment he did that, I am on the fence. I am not a fan of Amber. I'm not a fan of Anthony, Dave, or Denisha. I
Or
am more
Shayla.
I am more a fan of Sheila right now than them four. Trust me.
Oh.
I am more a fan of Sheila right now, although Sheila did her dirt and all of that. But them four, no. No. And I'm not hating on anybody. All I'm saying is that a game recognized game. That's all I'm saying, Errol. Game recognized game. Terry, I am not coming off the fence. Errol, game recognized game. Okay? And I know the game that Denisha is playing. Trust me on that one. Been there, done that. Game recognized game.
And Charmaine, I am trusting you with that.
Yeah, trust me.
Because oh, there's Brian. All right. There we go. Awesome. So
Good
here I
evening,
am.
ladies and gentlemen. How are you this evening?
Good evening, Brian.
Charmaine. My darling, I like when you say game recognized game because I understand I recognize game very well. I'm not going to get into semantics and stuff like that. But you say that Amber's not a gold digger, but she's an opportunist. What is the difference?
Okay, so there's a difference.
I'm
If
listening.
you, okay, a gold digger is somebody who will just want something and do not decide to work for it. They see you with something and they said, you know what? That person, that man have all of that over there. And all I'm going to do, I'm just going to go in there and see what I can get from him without doing anything just gaming him. That's how you
Okay,
that's a gold digger. And listen what I said also. I
I'm
said
listening.
sometimes an opportunity presents itself. And at the end of the opportunity, there is monetary gain. So if that is how you terms a gold digger, most of us are gold diggers because
Okay,
I have been given opportunities
okay,
where it produces a monetary. At the end of the day, you got a monetary funds, you got money, or you got assets or something, and
okay,
I will take that opportunity
okay.
knowing
Let me.
what is the end game, because it's an opportunity for maybe for me to better myself, maybe for my family better to meet the needs of my family. I am not saying that.
Okay, the thing is, what I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying, and you have valid points. So if I walk into a house and I never stole anything in my life, but I see money on the counter and I take it, am I an opportunist or am I a thief?
You're a thief because it was not given to you.
Exactly. Okay, so let's go back. I love when you go back because me and you've been watching these skits probably for a while. So when Phil brought Anthony to Club 50, 50, 55, whatever it was, Club 50, whatever it
40,
was.
44.
44.
Yeah, Club 44. Thank you, Lee.
No
And
problem.
so Amber needed an investor.
Investor. Hmm.
She needed an investor. So Anthony invested his money, so they became partners. The first time Amber seen his house, now was she thinking this is the opportunity or just to better her life or what? So
I
she
don't
did.
think the first time under every okay, and this is the thing.
Let me finish. And I'm gonna let you, if you don't mind. So she's seen that. So that's part opportunity. But reason why she went with Anthony because it was a better opportunity and also potential earnings and potential better lifestyle to go with Anthony than is to try to follow Wayne. So you said before I was listening to you, and you said before that only thing that she wanted was the house. When Brittany told her about the house, whose house was it? His house or was it the house that he bought for her?
It was the house that she was living in
So
at the
why did she
time.
deserve? But why did she deserve the house that she didn't live in for
Nobody,
more than a
no, no,
year?
no. It was not a deserve. Nobody said she deserved. She said that was all she wanted from the
Okay,
divorce.
so that could, because she wanted something, that could be part. A gold digger wants
Opportunist.
something.
Why would it be a gold digger if you
A gold
live
digger
it?
wants something because if she didn't want anything, she wouldn't ask for anything.
No, no,
And I
no,
know
no,
Brittany's the one
no,
that.
no, no. We're not
Opportunist.
doing that today, Brian. Brian, we're not doing
Well,
that.
you know what? Just like you said, Charmaine, that's your opinion. My
Okay,
opinion, your opinions are never wrong because it's
okay.
ours.
So
This is what we deal with.
I'm going to say something.
Go ahead.
I live in a house. I'm used to living in this house for months or however long. And for some reason, I am told that okay, you might have to leave the house. You might have to go somewhere else to live. And or somebody offered me and says, you know what? All I want out of this bargain, there's a bargain happening. And I said, all I want out of this bargain is the house that I'm living in.
But you didn't
Why?
build equity. You didn't build equity. You cannot try to possess something when you didn't build equity.
No, no, no. This is not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Okay, I'm listening. Sorry, go ahead.
all she wanted, she didn't want Anthony's money, and she knew Anthony was rich. It's not that there was no hidden anything. She knew Anthony was rich. She did not say to Brittany that, Brittany, I want the house and I want 75%. She said, all I want, when they were doing the divorce, she said, all I want is the house. If the house is even valid at say $2 million. That's all she want to walk away with.
But why
She
should
didn't
she get
want
a house?
anything
Why should
else.
a person get? Why would a person get a house that I can understand if it's been years and they, you know what I mean? They grew together and it was a multiple of years. I understand. You'd be 100% right. But you cannot say that a person, man or woman, whoever was the primary owner, the secondary person or the partner in that relationship should get something that you build up. I maybe from my male perspective, and I'm being a little bit biased on that, but I do not believe that at all.
But I'm just saying, I'm not talking about, I understand what you're saying, Brian. I totally understand what you're saying. But I'm saying, if Amber knows that Anthony was wealthy or rich, and
But she
in
did not.
all
Opportunist.
the divorce proceedings, she did not say to her lawyer, I want 75% off plus the house. She said to her lawyer, all I want from this divorce is the house.
And the reason why the
That's
lawyer
all
said,
she said she wanted. And Brittany said to her, hell no. Anthony
and what
is rich. You
and
can
why
get
would
up to 75%, even his 401k. They were
but
going after, and Brittany said to go
but
after.
but in
That
the
was not
story,
Amber intent. And
but
I'm
in
talking
this,
about intent.
I
Her
understand what
intent
you're
was
saying.
not to go
But
after
okay,
any
well,
money from Anthony. All
let's
she
look at
wanted
intent.
was the house.
Let's
So
look at
how was
intent.
that a gold digging? Or was that gold digging? If you didn't want any more asset, you
So
only
okay,
want a house. How was
so
that gold digging? That's I'm
let
asking. That's
okay,
all
I'm
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 asking.
gonna answer that question. So let's look at intent. So Amber says she wants a house. Okay. So her lawyer, which we know that was a gold digger, Brittany, we know that. You know what I mean? Because she wanted more. So by her asking, telling Amber or advising Amber to get more, so they become associates as far as the gold digging thing. Because if Amber was just satisfied with quote unquote
Yeah,
the house,
but
no, let me finish. Let me finish. If she's satisfied with quote unquote about the house, if she was satisfied about what she should never get because she didn't spend enough time, enough equity in the house. So you're saying, so you're saying she wasn't a gold digger at that time,
she
or
was.
you're saying,
Oh, was she a
or
gold
hold on,
digger?
let me answer the question. Answer the question.
And
You're
I'm
saying,
answering the question.
let me ask,
If the person is saying, this man is rich.
you're looking
It's
good,
not that
Sharon.
she don't know that he's rich because she married him. She know she know that he has some money. Even when he went broke and he started building back. And all she wanted from that old thing, all
Okay,
she
hold on.
wanted from that old thing was to get just the house. She was not asking for anything else. Nothing else she was asking for. It doesn't matter if she has 1 cent in the house, because you know what? The law gave her 50% of what they had, regardless if they were married
That's
for a
well,
day.
we're talking total speculation here.
No, it's
Okay,
not
let me say
speculation.
something, guys.
It's
Hold on.
not
Hold your
speculation
thoughts.
because of what Anthony
I'm
did.
jumping in. If you mean opportunist versus gold digger, they are similar but not exactly the same. Opportunist, someone who takes advantage of favorable situation for their own benefit. It doesn't necessarily involve money or dating. Example,
Mm,
someone becomes close to successful person because they see an opportunity to get a job, connection, or advantage. Then gold digger.
mm-hmm,
Now, gold digger specifically someone who pursue a or stay in a romantic sexual relationship mainly for money, wealth,
mm,
gifts, or lifestyle. Example, dating someone primarily because they are rich and can
mm,
provide expensive things. The
So you could,
easiest way to remember opportunist, what can I gain for this situation? Gold digger,
mm-hmm.
what can I gain financially from this relationship?
so
All right,
gaining, so
we
gaining a
squashed it
house,
there.
so gaining a house is not a financial gain.
That's not
And
getting a
so
house.
hold on, but
And Brian,
Charmaine, but,
you're still not seeing what I'm trying to say. You're still not seeing what I'm trying to say.
because I'm not gonna
No.
agree with
You
it.
are married to
Okay.
somebody. You are married to
Okay.
somebody.
Turn
You
up
are
on that
married to somebody.
LOL. Jeff,
The
where are you?
person,
You
the
have the link to
person,
where are you, Jeff?
the person commits adultery.
Mm.
Person commits adultery. You are married to somebody, the person commits adultery. The lawyer told Anthony
Okay,
when he
calm down,
went,
guys. I already tell know what it is.
listen,
No, we're
Sharon,
good. We're good. We're good.
when the lawyer told Anthony, the first lawyer, the first divorce, the lawyer told Anthony that because of the adultery, the judge is going to start at 50%. And Anthony said to the lawyer, 50%, so that means I have to maybe move some money around and all of that. The lawyer said, you cannot move anything around. And
Because of the proceedings.
I'm talking Skitland law now. I'm not talking whatever. We are
Yeah.
basing on facts that was stated in Skitland.
Thank you,
Okay.
Jeff.
The lawyer said to Anthony, the judge is going to start at 50% because of what you did. Then the judge will also start to look at your character. The judge will start to look at other things. And from then, they will start maybe awarding your wife another whatever percentage. So it means that your wife could get up to maybe 90%, sometime up to 100%. It depends on what the judge wants to do.
Excuse me.
I'm not the one who said that his lawyer told him that.
That's what
The lawyer said to him further, he said, and we're just married for whatever. The lawyer said, they're going to look at everything from the day you were married, from everything that acquired during the time you were married, from the day you
marital
were
property.
married
I understand that.
no. That's all I'm saying. So if you are valid $20 million and the judge says that they're going to split 50-50, it's starting at 50-50, you're thinking $10 million right there off the bat, because that was before he started hiding his money. And if the lawyer said, and he can go all the way up to 90%.
Okay.
You know how much money that 90% of that $20 million would be. And if the person said to you,
but we're
if the person said
like
to
you,
you,
it's
if
like
the
you said, it's
person, if the
SkitLanta.
person said to you, all I want is the house, what would you prefer to do?
First of all, that's why you have good. When you're in that position, when you're in that high position, and the lawyer, it's all proceedings, and like you said, it's SkitLanta. So and plus so the divorce never happened. So you know what? We're not going to know one way or the other. That's the bottom line. But even before you were saying about Denanisha, I remember before when her Momo, and was it J
It
Mo's
was her
girlfriend? They're all
cousin too.
together.
I think her cousin.
There was a
Yeah,
little
our
one. It
cousin.
was not
Yeah,
Melissa.
the little
Melissa
one there,
was
the
not
cousin.
part of that clique.
Yeah.
It was.
And I remember, and you're right. I remember when Denanisha told Momo about, you know what I mean, basically scamming
Ralphie,
Ralphie. I
Mike's brother.
remember that. But then again, if you go back, when she started to work for Tamara Honeypot, she said she wanted to change her life all around. That's why she got a job. That's
okay,
why.
so you know.
No, but that's why she got a job, right? And then after she took an opportunity because she was sitting on Wayne's porch when Anthony was courting. You know, Anthony's it's just like Wayne throwing their money around and trying to impress
Because
women.
Tamara came to get her stuff that time, I think.
Yeah, and the thing is
Yeah.
that she heard about, you know what I mean, Wayne starting to doing the podcast. She said, well, I do reception obviously for Tamara. So
No, that
Wayne
was
offered.
before. The podcast was not yet.
No.
They were not doing no podcast yet.
No. What I'm saying is, you're not listening to me.
Thank you,
You're not
Benjo.
listening to me.
All right,
What
guys, I think I'm going to pause you guys for a bit.
Okay.
I put a poll in the chat here for you guys to vote on. So look at the screen, see what the opportunist is and versus a gold digger. So I'd like you to look at it and then vote honestly. All right.
Okay.
So there's 3 people inside that box: Denisha, Amber, and Shayla. And so I need you guys to think about it, look at the screen, and vote, please. Honestly, please.
Okay, hold on. Where's
And I need everyone to participate. I can't participate because I don't get that option. So I can't vote for my own self. That would call cheating.
Brian, you remember why Denisha went to get the job with Tamara? Do you remember the reason she went to get the job with Tamara? Do you remember the reason? What did she say to Momo?
This is a serious debate,
She
guys.
was because she was thinking about getting Wayne.
Okay. She was thinking of getting to Wayne. Why was she
Right.
thinking of getting to Wayne?
But the character, but if you don't, okay, like back in SkitLanta, like we're talking here, which I love because we
Yes,
all
Anna
watch it,
Jones.
we're all addicted to it. The thing is, but you see how
Oh,
in
let's see
the
how the
writing
guys
how
doing that.
they changed her character, the characteristics of her. Will she go? Will it play out like you're saying? We don't know because anything can turn in SkitLanta. We know this. So all of
Oh,
a
no,
sudden,
can't say a Shayla. No, Shayla is not no gold digger right now. Shayla is not
Right
in
now.
there. So vote honestly, not now. I should have
Oh,
taken Shayla
Brian,
out of that.
Brian, I totally
yes,
agree with what
Because
you're
if you
saying.
look at what that says, a gold digger, specifically someone who pursued or stayed in a romantic sexual relationship for money, wealth, gifts, or lifestyle. Example, dating someone primarily because they are rich and can provide
so,
expensive
Sharon.
things.
So you're saying Shayla's not a gold digger? Are you saying that?
And then, I'm not saying she not, I
Oh
am
no.
here
Okay.
reading it
Okay. Good.
because I'm just seeing they're putting Shayla up at the top. But right now, there's two female right now in a relationship.
oh, right now. Okay. Hmm.
Right now. Shayla is not in a
Mhm.
relationship. So you know what? I was wrong to put Shayla there because people are not going to understand. And I leave this up on this screen here for you guys to see what is happening. So I'm gonna end this poll. I'm gonna remove Shayla from this one because that's not a fair one. Right now. Yeah, that's
So
not a fair
what are
one.
the names again? What are the names he
No,
putting
I'm
up
going
there?
to put it back.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
Brian, while
Yes,
Sharon
Miss.
is doing that, I want to ask you one
Yes.
question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Denisha whole intent was to get to Wayne because that's what she told Momo. She said the
Mm.
amount of flowers she see Wayne sending and Tamira is not like she didn't want. So she either want to get to Wayne or get to somebody.
No, can I come in a little bit?
Yeah.
Go
It
ahead,
was Wayne's brother. Remember, it was Wayne's brother that wanted Denisha
Denisha.
as well.
No. I'm talking
No,
about
but even before
before
that,
when she
even
was
before
getting
that.
the job with
Oh,
Tamira.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
Even
she
before
no,
went
that.
to
okay.
Tamira for the job, she told Momo that she
Mm-hmm.
wants a job. She's going to ask Tamira for a job because she wants to get close to Wayne to get into Wayne's circle.
Okay.
If you said to somebody, I want to get into Wayne's circle, the first thing that come into your mind is that Wayne circle is men with money.
That's an
So
Mm.
if you
opportunity.
want to get into that circle, you were leading towards that. You wanted to get close to Wayne or get into Wayne's circle.
Mm.
Only
But that's an
people
opportunity.
in Wayne's circle are people with money. So
You know
there is
what we should have
no
did?
way you can come and tell me that that was not the reason. She saw an opportunity to get a job to get close to Wayne or
Yeah,
in Wayne's
but
circle
she also
because
said
that
that.
was her primary reason for
Yeah.
going to what's her name to get asked for this job. It was
Yeah, but you
nothing
remember when you.
else.
But you remember when Honey Pot said to her. Remember when. Because she cooked Wayne the vegan food after we're skipping I'm skipping ahead as you well know, and Honey Pot had an attitude and she said I don't roll like that, but because she was
Okay.
already with Anthony, but the thing is, but if with Denisha, what I'm giving credit to her right now, and the words are now is that she's got a job and she's making Skitland money, she's making 10,000 a month to be the receptionist, so she's out there working.
You
She's
know,
out
you
there
know,
working.
when she went after Anthony. You remember when she went after Anthony, full fledged ahead after Anthony. When then
And
when Honeypot cut her pay, and she said to Honeypot, "You're not going to stop me from getting what I am
no,
going to
to
get."
support her son, for her son.
She
The thing that
when she
you think
cut her
that
pay,
no,
and when
but
It's
honey
when
Honeypot
pot.
Anthony
say
actually kissed her in front of
exactly,
honey
and when
pot.
Yes,
Honeypot said to her, whatever, she said, no, you cut my pay, and you're not going to stop me from getting what is mine.
for
She
Mm-hmm.
said
Yeah,
that
but
no,
I
was
for
think it's
money.
for her son though. I
her
think it
son.
is
That's
for
It
her
right.
never,
son.
For
she
her
never
son.
said nothing about it. She said, you cut my pay and you're not going to stop me from getting what is mine.
Yep.
Because her son
That's
was
what
playing
she
She says
said.
basketball.
it's
She
her
said for
turn
her
now.
son.
That's what she said. It's her turn now. When
Mm-hmm.
brother went after her,
Hold on, I'm gonna go back.
Wayne brother don't have Wayne money, and she
Mm-hmm.
was so upset. She went out because Tamira was trying to say, "No, just see what he want." The guy was coming there to bringing lunch, putting gas in her
Yeah,
car,
but
bringing
Wayne's
flowers,
brother, Wayne
doing
brother's a joke
everything.
though.
No,
Come on.
Wayne is
And
actually giving her 10,000.
Tamira
Yeah,
finally
I'm going back to
convinced
Skitland. I'm
Tamira
going back.
finally convinced her to go with the guy to dinner. And she was like, no, because that was not where her mind was. This is a pattern, and you guys are not looking at pattern. That was
I
not
am,
where her mind was.
but
She
you,
told Mama
but you
that,
said,
no, no,
but
no. You know
you
how
said,
I roll.
but it's
Didn't
funny
she
how you
say to
say,
Mama that you know how I roll? I don't know. I don't want him because you know my type. You know how I roll.
Okay,
She
can
Seriously?
I
said that to
let me
Mama.
ask a question when you're done, Charmin?
Go ahead.
Yeah, when Denisha also was with what's that guy's name? Karis. Was she after
yeah,
his money too? Let me ask that
no,
question to
Exactly,
you.
she
no,
was.
no, she
Yep.
wasn't.
She was. She
Yep.
was because she thought he had money because he was in the street and she know that he was in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, she wanted him to take her shopping and all that. She wanted all of that. But then she kind of started to like him and
That's
he
why I'm
was
getting at when she starts to fall in love with people, is this still being a gold digger at that time at that
she
point?
she
That's the
she liked
question.
him. She liked
Mm-hmm.
him. I
Mm-hmm.
did not say fall in love. She
Mm-hmm.
liked him.
Yeah, she liked him, but she
She
wanted the
liked
money.
him because of because she even sleep with him. And I mean, people, most people not going to go. Maybe some girls will do it. You see, all right. Look how she operate with Anthony. That was not how she was operating cars. She was all in cars.
Yeah.
Look how
But
she
she
every
told Karis
time
don't
she
play with
brush
her, eh?
Anthony off.
I'm
She
surprised
just
they don't give
brush
her
Anthony off
10%.
like Anthony is nothing. Her face is always making all these funny looks and all of that when Anthony's close to her. No chemistry. Most of the time when I hear Anthony said, "Oh, you're going to
No,
get a shower, can I join
They
you?"
really like
No.
Denisha, may I tell you.
She
she
said
just wants
no.
she just
Anthony
wants
want to
Anthony
go
to be a
shower with
man.
her. She said no, not tonight. Trust me.
Let me,
That girl has
yes.
no feelings towards Anthony in terms of
Mm-mm.
any romantic feeling towards Anthony. And you can see it.
Yes, we can see. Charmaine, we need to get the chats into the conversation now. So
You're
I did a
going.
poll and I am surprised at them. They're saying Denisha is not a gold digger. Come on now. Guys,
No, I didn't.
seriously. I put it up here. Here it
Mm-hmm.
is. I'm putting it back on the screen so you guys can see. I need every single person to vote fairly. You guys think she's not a gold digger?
I don't.
You don't think she is?
No, I think she's an
Mm-hmm.
opportunist.
All right. All right. Okay. So let me go see. Let me just read what you guys vote. How you guys vote. So Denisha get 9% gold digger. Amber gets 17%. Delicia
Mm-hmm.
get 13%, and Lauren get 61%.
Well,
Was this a fair vote?
Lauren should be much higher.
All right, well done, guys. The chat has spoken. So
Lauren,
Lauren is only the biggest gold digger there, and then Amber coming second.
Yes. Yes.
See, Anthony's
Well,
telling
I mean,
Denisha
not for Amber, but
how he makes million, and that is every time he's talking to Denisha. How does it feel to want to make love to a man who is a millionaire? He is
well,
always leading with money.
yeah, so is Wayne. So
And
is
Wayne
Wayne.
does the same too.
Yeah.
All right,
The
let me
thing is,
read some comments
go
now.
ahead.
Del
Go read
Marie
some
says
comments because
no.
I'm going to check on
Sabrina
the
says, I
Denisha thing.
think so. Bethel says, we will see. And then Pink, Phyllis says, I don't. And then Twyla says, well, still like Denisha, LOL, she is giving him a backbone. Yes, thank you, Twyla.
mm-hmm.
Phyllis says, all Skitland wants is money. Yes. Diamond says, I only ask this because the letter now has a storyline. Yes, it does. And I think Diamond wants us to ask, she's asking a question, so I have to go back up to find it. Watch Bethany overstep when Brooke asks Charlotte for a job at the office. Okay. And then, thank you, dear. You watch it and let us know what it's all about, Alani. Thank you. And then Bethel says, oh, wish all guys get checked by girls like Denisha. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. Then Diamond says, Sharon, Charmaine, Brian, and Lee, I have a question. Do you think Daniel should give the letter to Dave that Melissa wrote for him? Absolutely,
Of
he needs to
course,
get that.
of course, she
Yeah,
needs to give it to her. She promised, and
she
this is
needs
the
Can't,
to.
thing. She promised her sister that she would. Why would she not do it now? After
can't
making
wait.
a promise, why would she not do it now? Come on. After making a promise, you promised your sister. So why are you going to go
I
back
hope she
again?
doesn't do anything foolish.
No, because the Ben that pretend try to be boxer get his ass whooped. You know what I mean? Try to like act like he was going to open the letter, tear up the letter. But
Uh,
yeah, I
Ben,
can't wait.
please. Ben have something big coming
Oh,
for him
hold
because
on.
anytime Daniel find out that he's investing in what's her name company, it's going to be a TKO for him. Trust me. TKO. Anytime Daniel finds out that Ben is investing in Abigail Company, 250,000 was the last one. There was some before. We don't know how much that was.
He gave her money for the house too. Remember?
Yeah, but Daniel know about that one because
Yeah.
Daniel Anthony sort of bust that secret. So he had to came out and tell Daniel that yes, he gave money for the renovation because when the house is sold, it was an investment. However, he did not. You remember Abigail almost blackmailed him one time when Abigail said she wants some more money, and he said no, he did not. And Abigail said, if I don't get the money, I'm going to tell your wife. I don't know how much money he started with, but the last investment when Daniel was in Florida was at 250,000. And that's what Michelle heard and want to
Hmm.
tell Daniel. But Daniel is a head, so who knows?
However, what's gonna happen with Lisa and Ben?
I don't know. Their skit went to 19 point something million.
Yeah, that's a
So
lot.
I'm like, damn, Ben and Lisa do in a skit went to 19 point something million. They must trust me, they're going to bring something back again because that number was insane.
Yeah.
That number was insane. Believe me, insane.
Mm-mm.
Somebody said, Kenyatta said, Jeff, I was so mad at Amber and Wayne during that time I stopped watching. I didn't start again until Amber asked for forgiveness and turn it around. I didn't stop watching, but I dislike Amber character so much. I did not want to and I was like, look, Anthony was such a nice guy then. And he was
In
and
the
Amber was
beginning.
doing
Mhm.
all of that. Amber was doing all of that. And Anthony was just playing in Anthony's face with Wayne. So even when Anthony started to do with Shayla, I was kind of, yes, it's payback time, payback time, payback time. The only time I got really sorry for her was I said Anthony should just divorce her. Then when he started to do, because Anthony was doing some crazy things to her, Anthony was really not having her back. He was doing this. He was just, so I said, why don't he just divorce her and let her go, if that is the case? And then when she lost her child, that I think that was very heart wrenching when she had the miscarriage. I felt so sorry for her, and
Hmm.
I prayed, well, in Skitland, praying that at least maybe that is something that because she was so ugly before, Maybe it was her karma, part of her karma, although I did not wish that on her because that's very hard to wish on anybody. But yeah, that was maybe part. I said maybe that was part of her karma because she was just doing, she was going over and over. Was not a one or two time thing. It was over and over and over. As soon as Wayne look at her, she just fall right into Wayne's hands. Like she couldn't
Yeah.
wait to fall into Wayne's hands.
Charmaine,
Yep.
I went back.
Mm.
That's why I muted my mic. I went back and I put on when Momo and Delisha were
Carries.
at the dance.
Oh.
No, Momo and Delisha were at the dance uh, studio, and
Mm-hmm.
Momo was talking how she just met Country Wayne, and Momo was saying to Denisha, "Oh, because they said the expression they use, we might know the expression if you were a street person that they thought Tamara was green. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But then she said, "Oh, she's. I wonder how she got Country Wayne." And then they say the G wagon. Said, "Oh, I can understand why she has a G wagon now." But Denisha said, "I'm happy for her," but she said, "I wonder how thick it's going to go." So she didn't mention that she wanted to get Wayne, unless there was another episode. I'll have to go back and check that.
You
But I
go
was
back
just
and
watching.
check that. She said she want a job. Did she mention that she that was the
No,
first
but I
time
just
when
said
I
I just
think was
wrote. This is the first time that she's not even working at the studio. This is where
no,
they were
she was
dancing.
dancing there. They were
Yes,
doing
yeah, yeah,
dancing.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
So
think
I'm
I
gonna.
think I think Honeypot was doing something for D for
That's
some
right, right.
music video, and
Yeah,
that's how
yes,
they were. Remember, they were some other girl. They were
yeah,
even
yeah,
used to fight in the parking lot with some other girls, and that's why
yeah.
when
What's her
Honeypot
name?
decided to
Tamara's
hire her,
friends.
Honeypot
Tamara's
tell her
friends.
that she's not going to deal with all of that. That she whatever, and she said no, 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 she'll not bring that to her place. But that was after they went and all that the flowers and everything, and they had that, what you call it, they had the date. After the date and everything, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
started
Went
driving
and
the
Waynesboro.
G-Wagon. That was when she and Delis
So
Momo
it
was
goes back
talking.
about 8 months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she told Momo, yes, that she, yeah, because she said Tamira was green. But they don't know Tamira that well because Tamira is not green.
No,
Tamira
no,
is
but
from the
that's what.
streets.
But they were mentioning that. They were mentioning that she's not as green as they thought she was.
Yeah,
I'd like
because guess
Denanisha to
what?
answer this after.
Tamira is not as green as they think. They don't know Tamira is from the streets. Tamira
Yeah.
used to just walk into any one of these trap houses and do whatever. Tamira was not green.
No, but
Tamira
you got to
was from the
remember
streets.
Tamara before with that crazy guy that was
What you call what is
Zeus.
it? Zeus?
Zeus. Yeah, yeah. So we know that plus she's from New York, so there was some stuff going on, right? That's what the background that was giving us. So what I like to ask you guys,
I have
uh,
a question.
go ahead.
All right, so pin what you need to ask. So we're gonna take the poll because the chat family is impatient right now. So, what's her name? Sarah says, Sharon, Charmaine, Brian, and Lee. I want to add on Diamond's Venice question. There's a lot of controversy in Scotland on why Melissa was fired. In your opinion, what was the reason Melissa was fired? Take it
Because
away,
because
Brian.
when Amber asked Dave, was there any relations? When she found out that her and Dave had, you know what I mean, had done the do, Amber becomes Amber. You know what I mean, and gets insensitive and stuff like that. So, and plus, why she really got fired is because when when she told her sister, and then her sister told talked her business. She was mad because she talked her business, so she went back to Dave and said, "Uh, Melissa, not Melissa, Danielle told you know what I mean that we're together." And she was worried that it would get back to Anthony because she was going through a divorce. So she said she had to go.
Dave was the one who made that decision still because Anthony said to check Melissa. Anthony, Amber said to check Melissa, and Anthony and Amber said she
No,
don't
but
get
then after remember this
comfortable.
that was the first time, but remember the second time The first part was
Yeah,
one
and
thing,
then
and
Anthony,
Rebecca
when
said Amber said she got to go.
yeah,
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 but Dave did. If Dave did not want to, Dave did not have to. Because me personally, I would have to find a way to say, Amber, no, 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 I'm not going to do that
yeah.
because
But we're putting
this
we're putting
girl is with
personal
me
we're
for
putting
10
personal in the
years.
skit land. We
That's
can't
what
put
I'm
personal in the
saying.
skit
So
land.
I'm saying, if Dave didn't want to, Dave didn't have to. Because Amber could,
Yeah, but
Jamaican people would say,
that's not how the
Amber could
skit.
iron if Dave
Yeah,
did not want to.
but that's how the
Dave
skit was
would
going,
not.
Charmaine.
Dave could,
We
if Dave did
that's
not
what
want to, Dave would not. Amber did not have, even though Amber was pouting and doing all of that, Dave was the one who made the ultimate decision.
Charmaine. But that's part of Skitland because he had to make that decision for this letter to start to be written. Because if that doesn't
Well, we
happen,
want to see what's
the
in the letter. I can't wait.
100%.
I hope he
Once
gets it before he goes to LA.
no, but
Because
once
they're
we see
supposed to be
that
going to
letter,
LA on when? When is
when
it?
we
This
see that
weekend?
letter, we're going to understand more why Dave did what he did or why he shouldn't have did what he did.
Well, I can't wait. So let me, a question keeps circling in my mind. If
All right,
Amber
let me read
and
some
Dave,
more comments.
if Amber and Dave part ways, say for whatever reason happen and Amber decide to say, you know what, Dave, I can't deal with this, blah, blah, blah. Do you think Dave would give her the house?
Or house is in her name.
Yeah, but yeah, it's in both of their names.
No, we don't know it's in both of their names.
He said he was going to put her name on the deed. Doesn't
He
mean
wanted
that
her
I
name
think
on the
that, yeah, I
deed,
think it's in both their names.
but we
For
don't
some
know that.
reason,
That's only
because it says it's
speculation.
our, because he keeps saying it's our house.
Yeah, well, listen, Anthony was saying it was our house too, and her name wasn't on the deed either. You know, so I think you're right, but it's only speculation. That's going to be later to find because weren't they supposed to go sign the papers with the realtor? Was supposed to go to the notary, but
Yeah, but I
and
mean, all of
and he
that
said,
can be implied. All of
and he
that, all that can be implied that it was done
and
because
he
they are
said, and he
moved
said,
into the house and they have
and
done
that's
all of
why he
that.
said, let me walk her out because when they were on the way out, we don't know because obviously he had a relationship with that realtor. That's what they're implying, and
No,
because she
no,
was
no,
coming
that was not implied. They talk about it. He
well,
talked about it with the realtor, and the realtor was asking, why didn't you
yeah,
do any of this for me
yeah.
when we were together? So there was no implying in that. Dave, when he went to look at the house the first time, Dave and the realtor talk about their relationship. And that's
Go
why
ahead, Sharon. Read
everybody
some
know that they
comments.
were in a relationship because she was even saying, why didn't you do all of this for me? And you did not whatever, and I love you and whatever. They talked about their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not implied. It's just that you could see it on her face when Dave give Amber the key that she's still salty about something because they were in a relationship. They were in a relationship. I don't know about the lawyer. I'm not sure about the lawyer, but I mean, everybody is implying that Dave and the lawyer might be because of, if you realize all Dave business associates except for Alex, all of them are male except for Alex. And so I keep asking, do you think, or all right, let me rephrase the question. If Amber and Dave should part ways, do you think Amber would keep the house? Brian.
Well, here's what I'm saying. First, she has to get a divorce from Anthony. You know what I mean? Because right now that house is still marital property if her name's on the deed.
Yeah, but I just want to know that in the event of something blowing up, because okay, a
No, I
storm is
understand what you're
coming.
saying. I
We
understand what you're saying. I understand perfectly what you're saying. But the thing is, it's see, this is going to be another twist in that if they do separate or just something happens, because I can't wait till Wayne goes up to LA and Dave goes up to LA. What's going to happen? You know what I mean?
see
Is Wayne going to
the
be petty?
father and Dave talk today, and they'll be going to some car show or whatever. So apparently, Dave and this man had a very good relationship, and I don't think this man likes Steve very much.
No.
I don't think the man like Steve, that is the now
No.
boyfriend, Evelyn now boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I think him and Dave had a very good relationship in
He
the past.
calls him
Because
son.
remember, they're coming from Evelyn and them, Dave, they were like from, they were kids. So because the man said you are like a son to me, so maybe they know
Yeah.
each other from way back when. But the problem I'm still asking, regardless of what is in the letter, regardless of Evelyn and Dave or whatever happened, if something happened and Amber and Dave go their separate ways, would Amber want to keep the house that
What's
she
your
got from Dave?
what's your mo?
I don't know. I'm just asking, would she want the house? Would she keep the house? Knowing
What
that
would
Dave bought the
what
house for
what
her and whatever happened between
Charmaine,
them.
Charmaine,
Would they
what
still,
Charmaine, what the gold diggers want?
I'm not saying no, I'm not saying she's a gold digger. She is
I,
a
I'm only messing with you, love. I'm only
I'm
messing with
not
you.
but would all
All
right.
right. Let me just
Would
jump
you
in
keep
here,
the house
guys.
in
All
that
right.
case?
Let's get the chatters involved here now. So, son, was it because Amber was uncomfortable with Dave and Melissa history, or because of what Melissa told Danielle?
I think it was
Honestly, it's
because of
because
the
Amber
history.
asked her to keep a secret between her and Melissa because she's going through a divorce.
I don't think
And
it was
she
that.
decided to says Melissa broke her trust and tell her sister because Amber thinks that it's okay for her to keep her secret and not tell her sister. Melissa shouldn't say anything to her sister.
I don't think it's that. I don't think
And
it's
because
that.
of that now, Amber says she shouldn't have tell her sister about her affair, that she's having an affair with Dave. Amber told Melissa in the kitchen in Dave's house, I'm going through a divorce. Do not tell your sister about Dave and I. And she told her sister.
Mm.
You notice
Yeah,
every time Amber,
but
you
Sharon,
notice
remember, even though,
Sure.
even after Amber told, remember when Amber told Dave that Melissa told Daniel, and it get back to Anthony. Remember, even after that, Dave told Melissa to take some time off. You remember that? Dave told Melissa to take some time off. So
Yeah, she did.
he did
Yeah,
told
she took the
Dave did
time
tell
off.
Melissa to take some
But
time off.
but
But
Amber thinks he fired her. At the
When
time,
yeah,
so
Amber thinks he fired
yeah,
her,
but
but he only give her time off.
when everything became when Melissa came back, with the day when Amber went there and saw Melissa and Dave in the house, and Melissa was eating strawberry or whatever they were eating, they were sharing some fruit. And when Amber asked after Melissa leaves the house, Amber asked Dave if they were in a relationship. And Dave said yes. So were you and Melissa ever whatever? And Dave said yes. And Amber went outside. And we all thought that Amber was going to leave. And after
She never
Amber,
leave. She wasn't
she
have
never
no
leave, she was
intention of
outside,
leaving.
walking outside. And Dave came out there, and Dave and they talked. And Dave said, okay, I know what I have to do. I have to get rid of Melissa. Amber did not say, no, don't get rid of Melissa, or yes, get rid of Melissa. Dave was the one who came to that because Amber said, Melissa is a key. She come and go as she like, which we all acknowledge, yes. And Amber said she's uncomfortable knowing that Dave and Melissa had a relationship that she did not even know anything about. And
but we can't say it's just Dave. We have to say it's both Amber and Dave that made that choice, that decision to get
no,
rid
no,
of
Dave made that
Melissa.
it was
decision.
Amber's
Amber
it was
expressed her
Amber's
opinion.
it was
Dave made the
Amber's
decision.
insecure it was
It was
Amber's
Charmaine,
them.
you
It
sure
was
she
insecurity.
still
Amber.
up on the fence?
I'm
Yeah.
on the fence, but I'm
No, man, you
saying
don't have no offense no more. Me take you
Amber
off of that
expressed,
fence.
no,
Me
no,
take you
no.
off of the
Amber
fence.
expressed her opinion, and we have to give
Yeah,
it
me take
back.
you off of that
Amber
fence.
was
All right,
not
so
the
let me go
one.
back.
Dave was the one who ultimately made the decision to fire her.
Well, of
Remember,
course, because
Dave
Amber
called her on the
but Charmaine,
phone.
Amber
Charmaine,
told him to.
but
He told
Charmaine,
Yeah.
Amber a few days ago,
He
you
said you
asked me
have
to
to
get rid of
be.
Melissa. And even remember, Amber
Yeah. And
even
he.
told Ernestine in the office, I
Yeah.
told Dave to get rid of Melissa. That's what Amber said
Yeah,
in
but
She
that
said
last
that.
skit
I'm
that we
saying
saw.
again, that was her opinion she expressed. Dave could say to her, "No, I'm not going to, because this girl and I have been working 10 years. We built this company together. I will not have her come here. I will get an office where we can work out of an office." Dave was the one
But
who
she will still not be
ultimately,
satisfied, Charmin.
huh?
Even if she will still not be satisfied, even if they have office together. Amber wants
Yeah, but
Dave to
I'm just
herself.
saying,
That's the whole
it was
point.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just because
Exactly.
of that, because they were in
I
a
think
relationship, and Amber, and I'm calling a spade, because Amber is a hypocrite, because Shayla and Anthony were doing whatever, and she and Amber is a
Exactly.
best friend. So Amber is
Exactly.
an hypocrite. But what I'm saying, ultimately, it was Dave's decision. Amber
Charmaine,
No.
but you know
expressed
what?
her
But
opinion. Amber
but you're
could say
factually.
whatever she want to say. It was
Oh wow.
Dave's decision to
Then why did
fire.
he come back and say, "Why did you make me fire her"? Why did he come back and say
Exactly.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
If he
He
Even
said
in
it
the
said
was his
because he was
decision,
working. He said
he
he was working off out of his emotion. Why he fired
exactly.
Melissa?
How
But
right.
it
did it
was
emote?
still his
And
See,
Amber
decision.
told Ernestine a few days ago in our office says it was my
Podcast.
fault. Asked Dave to fire Melissa, and now I
Yeah,
And
am
I'm
but
working
working
and
with
I'm
with my
my
still
ex.
saying.
ex.
So Sharon, if Amber tell Dave to go jump in the lake and don't come back up
yeah,
with
but
Well,
He
her,
will do it. He
well,
will do it for her. Yeah, he
Dave
will.
is a simp.
you're
That's all I
saying,
can say.
but the
and
thing
I'm
And
is,
then
saying
Charmaine,
him,
again,
well,
Charmaine, you
Amber
the
can't
could
have it
woman.
both
So
ask.
I
ways.
said him
It's the
have no
same.
credibility in Miami.
It's the
So
same thing
because
when he missed
Amber
the
could
when he
ask.
missed his
Dave did
meeting
not have
when he
to.
missed his meeting
Amber
too,
asked. Dave
and
did
they
not
had to
have
go
to.
to that club and everything.
That's what I'm saying. Amber asked. Dave did not have to. It was Dave's decision. And it
Charmaine, you
was
can't
out
have
of
it both ways, though.
emotion why
You
he
and he
did
can't have
was
it.
it both
making
ways.
Amber feel
You
happy,
can't have it
Charmin.
both
Yeah,
ways.
but
You
it's
can't
He
his
have it
does
both ways.
decision.
everything that Amber wants. Amber tell him say Anthony, tell her
Yeah,
bring Denisha the house. She don't know where to live. Where him go do buy her a house. Then he
that's why
tell
I say
her
it's both
walk
of
away.
them.
What
It's
Amber
not
do?
just
Amber say she not
It
Amber.
walking
was
away.
not, she never tell him that you don't have nowhere to live. Dave made the decision to buy the house because he said there were too much skeleton in that house.
Yeah,
That
but
was
she
the
also
only
said that
reason
she
he went
wanted.
and bought it.
She said she had
It
no
was
place
not
to live
because she didn't
either.
have anywhere to live.
Yes, she did.
She said,
She did
no, no,
not. She did
no.
not have nowhere. It was true, Charmin. She didn't have
What do
nowhere
you mean she
because
didn't have
remember,
anywhere? She could go put Denisha out of Anthony
Charmaine,
house if she wanted
no,
Charmaine,
to.
you
that
can't have
time she was even telling her lawyer.
Tellerly,
That time when her lawyer was
She
asking
could
her,
go
yeah,
home.
Tellerly,
There is
Tellerly.
nothing that could prevent her from going home if she wanted to go home
No, but
because
you
the
see,
law
you're
would back
even she
her.
was telling
That's why
Ernestine.
Dave bought
Yeah,
don't
her the
turn my
house,
mic off.
Charmin. This is why I said you need to come off of the
Me
fence.
say Dave buy her the house because Dave tell Wayne that there was too much skeleton in that house. Because remember when Amber
That's
started
what he
complaining about
that's
all
what
the girls
but
that Dave
Charmaine, you
but
carried
can't
that
here
is
and
a
they were
reason for
all
him
in
to
that
get it.
bed
That's a
and all of
reason.
that. That was the reason.
Exactly.
That's a
That was
reason
the
for
Charmaine,
reason.
you gotta
him
get
to
off the
get it.
fence.
It was not
Get off
because
that
Amber
fence,
was
Charmaine.
homeless.
Take a leap, Charmaine. Get off the fence.
No, I'm not coming off the
Yeah,
fence, but
because
I'm
that's what
calling
the
a
fence right
spade.
Take
now.
a
Come
leap.
off
Yeah,
of the fence,
I'm
Charmin.
Take a
calling
leap.
a spade
Who
a
is for
Take
spade.
a
us,
leap.
Charmin? Let me ball it. Who wants Charmin off the fence?
Yeah.
And even if
Off
you
the
I
give
will
me
fence.
Put that in the
100%,
poll.
all I'm
Put that
doing
in the
is
poll,
calling
Mm.
Sharon.
a spade.
Yes,
Sharon,
I'm gonna.
all I'm
I'm
doing,
doing that
Yeah, put that in
all
the
I'm
poll.
doing is calling a
because
spade a
from
spade.
listening here
Yeah, you're
and
not coming.
Charmin
Um,
been talking a peer Amber
it
been
was
here,
it was
Charmin and talk
it was
about
both of their fault. It was both of their fault losing
it.
Melissa.
So
Exactly.
I am
It has to
asking the
be.
question again. If Amber did tell Dave to run out in traffic and just stand there and get hit by a car, would he do it?
Charmaine, you're trying to inflict uh,
No, no,
a
no. But
reality in
I'm
the
just
skit line.
saying
No, but
it
hold
was
on though.
Dave's
But hold on.
decision to
No,
fire
listen.
Melissa.
Of
Dave didn't
course
have to
it's
fire
decision,
Melissa. It was
but of
Dave's
course,
decision.
yeah. But you're not listening though. You're talking, but you're not listening.
What you call it there?
Of
Let me
course it was
see.
Dave. Of course it was Dave's
Charmin is
decision,
very
but it
stubborn.
was influenced by
Should,
Amber.
should,
And
Charmin,
and even Melissa said, "Why are you gonna fire me? I've been with you 10 years." She
comes
said that to Dave.
off
She said, "Why will you fire me
the,
because of Amber?" She said that, right, Brian?
yeah,
See,
She
I am
said that.
on
She
the
was like,
fence with
"You
you
will
and
fight."
Joan.
She said
And
that
Joan
today.
said she's on the fence with me. Stay on the fence, Charmaine. I'm there with you. Team
I'm
divorce,
gonna.
team healing. I am on the
Hey
fence
Sharon,
because
you know what?
no,
I'm just
team
saying.
healing is level one. Oh, no, stop it. Level 1 is team
And
healing.
I'm
Level
level
2,
5.
a
Level 5
social.
is
Level
on the
3
fence.
is Amber supremacist. Amber
Level
Yeah.
5
extremist.
is on the
Thank
fence.
you, Auntie Riri, for those 3
I'm
levels.
saying
So
level
now
5,
I'm
that's
putting
a
you in
new
level
level.
3, Charmaine.
Level
Mm-hmm.
5,
Level
I'm on the
3.
We're
fence.
calling a spade a spade. You need to
I'm
come off
calling
the
a spade a
fence.
spade.
Yeah.
I'm not
Everybody got to have an equal. They have to be equal. Dave and Amber
Sharon.
has to be equal, just like how Anthony and Denisha is equal.
Yes,
It has to be
London,
an
the
equal
fence broke
team.
down.
Not a thing I
The
do with
fence
fence. The
broke
fence
down.
is
Hi dear
meant
Terrian.
for the
The
fence is
fence
meant
broke
for
down. Welcome in,
steel.
Terry.
The
The
fence is
fence broke
meant
down,
for
Charmian.
concrete and steel. It now broke down.
The
The
fence
fence
broke
meant for
down.
concrete and
We bulldozer it down.
I am on the
Oh
fence and I'm
my
going to stand the
goodness.
foot.
L
But
to
I
debate.
still
L to debate.
asking, Amber could express her wish for Melissa to be fired. Why did Dave use emotion and fire her? Dave did not have to.
Why did
She said
Amber?
You
because
Why
see,
he's
did
you
been doing
understand every time
everything
me
that she
ask my
wants
Charmaine?
him to do.
Why did
Sharon, you
Amber?
think that
Why
everything
did
me
Amber
tell my
emotionally?
husband say to
Because
do it?
Amber tell him say Anthony's not doing this, Anthony's not doing that, and he
Okay.
pleases Amber by doing all that
Sure.
Anthony has been doing. Anthony doesn't take her anywhere, in take her to Charlotte. Anthony didn't take
Uh
her
huh.
nowhere, in carry her to the
So that
fair.
means that Dave is a
Anthony
wimp.
didn't do this, him do that.
To the club.
Dave is
Then
a
To the
wimp.
club
Anthony
too.
didn't buy her a house, him buy her a
Mhm.
house.
Dave is a wimp. That's all I'm saying.
All
Because you
right,
think everything
welcome in, Terrian.
do you think everything I tell my
Welcome
husband
in.
to do it?
Should I
Okay,
go back
Shaman.
out?
Yes, so
Yeah,
you
Shaman. If
can speak
somebody
now,
say,
darling.
Shaman. If somebody
Yeah.
say don't talk to somebody, if somebody were to tell you don't talk to your friend, will you not talk to your friend, or will you say I will not talk to my friend?
Oh, Del, oh,
Hell
hold
no.
on,
I
hold
am
on.
going to be talking
Del
to my
Marie, let me
friend
answer
because
this. Let me
that's my
answer
friend.
this.
And if
One
you
thing
are
I'm
my
not, Del
friend,
Marie, I
hold
am
on one
not.
second. Let her read it. Let her
I
read.
am not a biased person. I always call a spade a spade. Amber said a few days ago in the podcast office with Charmy, with Ernestine. She says,
Ernestine.
when she wanted to quit the podcast, remember that skit? She said
Yes.
to Ernestine, I let Dave fire
I
Melissa. That's
asked
what
Dave.
she said.
Yes.
And she says, I'll be, and now I am working with my ex. So I think God is telling me to quit the podcast because I let
You see,
Dave fire Melissa. That's what
Let it,
Amber said, not me
she
saying
said the
that.
word "I,"
So I
meaning
am
her.
being
She said
truthful.
"I."
Sharon,
So
who
Del
fire
Marie,
Melissa?
we calling a spade a spade.
Call
Yes,
a spade a
Charmaine
spade.
a
Who
spit
fire
fact,
Melissa, Sharon?
but
Who fire Melissa?
Charmaine is spitting in her opinion, but I am actually spitting what Amber said. Amber said, I let Dave fire Melissa.
Yeah,
And
but
then,
so
do you know what Dave said to her when he asked her about if what she's gonna do? Walk away from Anthony? She'll make him know, sir, lawyer
And then
says
I
she
have
can't
another
walk
question
with
when you're
her
done.
without
Sorry.
nothing. And he says, I even fire Melissa for you.
yeah,
So
but
You
tell
see,
me now.
okay, so you see, you go
No, no,
right
who
back to
is
what
a
I'm
whip?
saying.
Not him a whip?
Sharon, you
I
go
see him do
right
that.
back to
and
what I'm
then
saying.
Yes, she tell
and
him
then
because
currently he
he's
keeps
trying to
bringing it up.
appease a
Current
married woman.
Yeah, but you see,
Amber
you
can
can
change her
Sharon,
mind anytime and go
and
back to her husband. He's a
Sharon,
simpleton. And
you
Let's
half of that
let's
us, by the way,
let's try to
belongs to
and
let's try
and
him.
to pick
currently
one at
he's
a
you
keep
time.
said the
bringing it.
same thing what I'm saying. Dave
Dave
was
is
the
keep bringing
one
it
who
up
made
currently
the
right now.
ultimate decision. Dave. Nobody
Sherm,
can blame Amber.
let
If
me ask you a
you
question.
know how much things we tell
Charmaine,
All
Amber
right.
to do and then I
Terrian,
do
can
it.
you
Let me
come
ask
in
you a question.
after Charmaine finish?
let me ask
Terian,
Done.
Charmaine a question. Charmaine,
share your opinion,
Yeah.
Terian.
Charmaine, if you're a manager and I'm the owner and we have an employee that's not doing so well or talking, and you come to me and say, you know what, they did this, they did this to this, fired him. Now it is my decision to fire them, but I was influenced by somebody and had direction by somebody and had a little insight about somebody to fire them. So yes,
So
they
then,
did.
so
Hold on, let me finish,
when the
Charmaine. You
employees
gotta let me
sue
finish.
you,
You gotta let
what
me
you gonna
finish,
tell
though.
them
You
say?
gotta
Because
let me
me
finish, please.
influence you to fire
No,
them.
no, let me finish, please. But the thing
No,
is,
I am speaking the truth. Del Marie, Amber, Charmaine, hold on. Del Marie, that's what, didn't you guys watch the same skit as us? Amber said to Ernestine, I told Dave to fire
Dave.
Melissa. Dave told
Mm-hmm.
Amber, you let me fire Melissa. And this is what we're saying. We're debating. I'm
And
not arguing about anything. I'm just speaking. Call a spade a spade. That's exactly what happened.
Speaking of
Okay.
there,
fact, not
Lee, did
feelings.
that's what
It's a
happened, Lee?
fact, not feelings.
Yes, that's what happened.
yeah,
All
but
right.
And
remember
Right.
currently,
what
That's what
currently, Davis,
happened.
Davis even asking Amber right now, why you let go of Melissa? Why you let me go of
But
Melissa?
Amber did
Right
not,
now,
and
he's asking
that is
that.
why, Amber was getting out of there because Dave said I use my emotions and get rid of Melissa, and I keep saying Dave did not have to fire Melissa.
I said that too.
Amber,
I
it doesn't
always said
matter.
that.
And
Melissa
Dave
helped him build
didn't
that
have
company and he fired her when
because
she's the
Dave is
brains
a
behind the
wimp,
company.
and I said Dave is a wimp. If
Exactly.
me and somebody build
So
a company
no,
for
why
10
is
years,
okay, come
me
in now,
and
Terrian.
me know for a few months till I'm
Terrian,
going
come
to
in.
fire them. So Dave is a
I'm in,
wimp.
Tyrion.
Sure. What am I coming into? Good afternoon, everybody.
Good
What am I
Good
coming
afternoon.
afternoon.
into? Oh Lord.
We we're talking about Dave and Amber and why she had to
Mhm.
fire, why he had to fire Melissa is what we're talking about.
Why he had to fire Melissa? All right. From my perspective, why? Hi, chat. Hi, everybody on the panel.
Hi.
Um, from my perspective, is that Dave did not want Amber to feel uncomfortable
Exactly.
because she keeps saying things about Melissa
Anthony.
having a key.
Oh,
Melissa
Key. Yeah.
is this, Melissa is that. He wants to
Exactly.
do it to please Amber.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we know as women to get our way, we will we will
And
say
especially if you
words.
don't like that other woman too, you will get
We
rid of
know
her.
how to say the words to get
Mhm.
what we want.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we know that as we have seen the portrayal of Amber, she knows how to
Mm-hmm.
get what she wants.
Hmm.
And um he only did that because of her complaining. And at the
Exactly.
point of her life now, he's trying to me, feels like he's going to lift the burden and not make her feel uncomfortable.
Exactly.
So
Yes, but
therefore, he is going to do what what she wants to please her because
And
Mm-hmm.
she is only speaking that okay, well, Melissa makes her comfortable.
hmm
I am always going to be Team Dalton. I'm not coming off the fence.
Oh,
However,
you're on the fence now too?
no, I'm not on the fence. I am Team Dalton, but I'm just saying this part of Amber's character I don't like.
hmm
This part that she's playing with Dave is a manipulative part to
She
get
is a
what
hmm
she
manipulator.
wants. She to me, she is playing the pity
The,
game.
she's playing the victim.
All right. So
she playing devil's advocate.
I just believe that from my perspective,
Mm-hmm.
I watched a skit the other day. I don't speak Spanish, but I'm gonna find it again and send it to you, Sharon. I watched a skit the other day. I watched it at work, and I asked the young lady, "What does this mean in Spanish?" And she said it meant womanizer.
Mm.
So it was Melissa and her mom speaking, and her
Mm.
mom said Dave is a womanizer.
Oh, we
However,
found a new thing.
what I believe will happen is that
Mm.
Dave has found, he feels he has found the love of his life.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
However, Amber is going to be the one to cripple that womanizing
Mm-hmm.
spirit in him.
Exactly. Well
That's what
said,
I believe.
Darian.
That's what I believe. That Amber is going to be the one to stop that womanizing spirit because now you know how you will have some men. They will they are the dappers, they are the this, they are the gangs, they are the this and the that, they are the stars. And then they find that one girl that they think they could settle down with, and that one girl break their heart. I believe that's what Amber is going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I really do believe that's what she's going to do, and she's going to go back to Anthony.
Mm.
Mm.
Listen.
Oh yeah.
I
Of
put
course.
I did a TikTok song with Anthony and Amber, and yeah, and some people came for me. They call me and
Mm.
they TikTok me and they say you better take that down because it's team divorce and it's team young. And I said nobody wanna see
Oh
us
boy.
together, but it don't matter though, cause I've got you. So listen, it is what it is. Amber,
Sharon, put that in a
I,
question.
It
Are
is
they
what
going to
it
get
is.
back?
go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Carrie Ann.
Terry, and you still, all I'm
Still go.
saying is that Dave is the ultimate person who make that decision.
Oh,
So
God,
I'm not going to
Charmaine,
blame
give it up.
Amber. Amber can make a
Give it up.
request.
Charmian,
Amber,
Give
Terrian,
it up.
Amber makes the request. Dave is the one who make the ultimate decision. He
So if
did
I'm in
not
the
have
club, I'm in the club and I ask the DJ to play a song. He doesn't have to play a song, but he's going to play a song to please me.
yeah,
That's what
because
Yeah,
you
Amber
but
did.
asked him.
that is what I'm saying. You request it, and he did it.
So
Him
if there's
never
no,
have to do
so
it,
if there's,
but him do
but
it for
Charmaine,
please you. Don't
you
mean say it. No mean say you cause him for
Charmaine,
please.
you're
If
proving my
somebody
point.
go up and
If
say to
you're
him, say,
proving my
"What you
point,
play that song there for?" Him say, "Somebody asked me if you play it, and me just think say it's appropriate or whatever. I may try to
yeah, but
please him."
Charmaine, you're
Still his
proving my point.
decision. Still his decision to play it. So you still approve my
Yeah,
point.
but if there's no request, the song doesn't be played.
I'm just saying,
If there's
you
no
just say it,
request, the
you make
song
the
doesn't have
request
to
and
be
him never
played.
have to play it, but him play it to please you. And that's all I'm saying.
And that's what
Amber
Dave
makes
did
the
to please her.
request
He did that
and
to please
Dave
her.
do it. Him never have to do it.
But you're
He never have
contradicting
to do it.
yourself. You know this,
Charmian,
right? You're
Charmian,
contradicting yourself. You know this, right?
Charmian.
How am I
If
contradicting myself, Brian? And that's exactly what you're saying. You said you go to a DJ, ask the DJ to play a song, and the DJ don't have to play the song, but they did it to please you. That's
So
what you
Dave did it
just
to
said.
please Amber.
And that's what I'm saying
Dave
all
did it to please
evening.
Amber.
Amber
Dave,
make the
you're almost
request. Dave
you're
did not
saying that.
have to fulfill the
Yeah,
request. Him do it for
but
please her,
Charmaine,
so you can't say it's Amber decision.
no,
Amber
no,
makes a
it
request.
is. No, nobody says it was her decision. It was her intention and incision, her incision to make sure Dave made the decision to fire Melissa. Because if she doesn't insert herself, Dave doesn't fire her.
Yeah, but him still never have to do it. The bottom
Great.
line is Dave is the one who
I'm
make
turning
the
my mic off.
ultimate
I'm turning my mic
decision.
off. I need a drink.
That's all I'm saying. Dave made the ultimate decision at the end of the day, and Dave still that
Charmian, all the level three them is on your side right now. So I think it's time for you to come off the fence and go join your level threes.
me not depend no offense to no body. Me just a speak the truth. Me just a speak the
um,
truth. Me not depend
Char-
no offense.
Then
Sharon,
I have another question for Shaman. Why is Dave asking Amber right now? I bought you this house. I give you everything, and you still not satisfied. Why is that? Why is he asking her?
Exactly. Why is she not satisfied?
Because that was a recent skit. He asked her when they were outside, standing
Hmm.
outside. She said, he asked her. He said, "I got you the house. I put your name on the deed. Why you not? And why is the divorce not going far? Why we still stuck?"
Because she's a gold digger indeed.
Don't say that, Brian.
So that's just my
Sharon,
question for you, Sherman. Yeah,
Huh? But I you know me, when me stand 10 to them, me stand 10 to them, me still say Dave never have to fire Melissa. I'm an idiot if him listen to Amber and fire Melissa. I feel him decision for do it. Amber asked him, he never have to do it. If him never want to do it, him never have to do it. So I'm an idiot. He listen to Amber, fire Melissa, him an idiot.
Wagwan.
Nothing
Okay.
now go on, man. Nothing now go on. But me tell you, say Dave a idiot. Idiot boy
yeah.
that. Idiot boy
That's
that. So
why he's regretting why she got fired. Is because of what she
Exactly.
did. Every
She's
day
a married
Dave
woman
is
and him buy a house and put her name on it.
yeah. Every
Sharon.
day Dave is thinking
She
about
can
why.
change her mind and go back to her husband.
That's what
Yeah.
she's gonna do. But somebody asks a question. Anna Jones, read that question for me. Let me
Anna
answer
Jones.
her.
All right. Hold on. Anna Jones said Amber was right because Melissa told
No,
Danielle
the other
who
one at the
told Ben
bottom.
who told Anthony.
Down at the bottom.
Oh, down at the
She
bottom.
said another one, a different one.
Amber
Yeah, a
needs to
Okay,
different
$7.53.
one.
at
address
the
the issues.
okay. Amber
That
needs
one.
to address the issue
753.
from the marriage and her past. If she and Anthony divorce, they need counseling like Ron and Sharday.
Yes. But the one at
Exactly.
753.
Eh?
The one at 753.
It's a one that's 753.
There was
Mm-hmm.
another one.
Yeah, 753. That's what it
Because
is.
Amber need counseling. That's 55. If you
Terry
see,
Ann, it's
if
hard.
you can see Terry, you read right here. Terrian, it's hard as a viewer with all that Anthony said when they are fighting. I know the Lord can heal, but I don't know how to be in a marriage like that. We forgive, but it's hard to forget.
Okay. As we see that Anthony and Amber were bickering at each other, they both said
Mm-hmm.
some harsh words.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if we say that it's only Anthony that says harsh words, that's not true.
It's not
Because
true.
Amber has said some harsh words to him also.
Correct.
However,
Hmm.
you said that you know the Lord can heal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that the Lord can heal, you have to allow him to heal. You have to take yourself out of it
Yeah.
and let
Mm-hmm.
him do what he does
His
best.
job. Hmm.
He's the one that is the healer, not you. Because if you could have done it, you would have done it. But you
Hmm.
can't do it. It does when you say that you forgive, you have to remember that forgiveness, it doesn't eliminate what happened,
Hmm.
the situation that happened.
Yeah.
But what you have to learn is that forgiveness, when you hold on to it, it makes you cripple. The situation makes you cripple. It makes you
Preach.
become hateful. It makes you become bitter. And when you let it go, it gives you a sense of peace.
Hmm.
That's what it doesn't erase the actions, but it doesn't let you bound to the situation. So
Forgiveness is never for the person; it's always
Hmm.
for you.
it's always for you to free you up. So once you say you
Yeah.
forgive, you have to just let it know. You just have to let the situation go and
Mm-hmm.
free yourself up. Because remember now, when you're getting a change, and you're getting a change, and if you say that you're giving it to God and God is going to change it, you have to allow him to make that change, right?
Yeah.
Because he said that he is. I didn't come to do Bible study. Oh Lord.
It's all right.
When we decide that, okay, well, we are going to allow God to do what he has to do, we can't take it up and say, okay, God, I'm going to help you. God doesn't need help.
Hmm.
So Amber says that she forgives Shayla and Anthony. If she does, she would not bring it up back again. She has not
Mm-hmm.
fully, she might partially, but she has not fully surrendered it yet. Because anything happens, she bring it up. You forgot what you did to my marriage. You forgot this. You did this. You slept with Shayla. You did this. Da 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 da. When
Yeah.
you say you totally forgive, you let it go. Because
Yeah.
if we say that, okay, well, we forgive somebody, we can't keep bringing up the situation, because God will give you the peace that surpasses all understanding, to help
Mm.
you to deal with the individual. So
Hmm.
and Jones, it's just that we have to allow, people have to allow God to do the rest. And the
Yeah.
marriage can work. It will work, because when he restores, remember, when he
Yes.
restores and it becomes all
Oh,
new,
definitely.
brand new,
Hmm.
when he restores. And he said that you have to forgive, that when you come
Yes.
before the table and ask for forgiveness, he's faithful to do it. So it
Thank you.
can
And
happen. It's people look at it hard because you want to work it on your own self.
yeah.
But when you
Yeah.
allow God to do it, you are able to fulfill that promise.
Yeah.
And he also said that if you don't forgive your fellow person, he can't forgive you either. you have, and it's just like when you go to church and you have a communion set.
Yeah.
You have to go to the friend that you offended to part that relationship. You
That's
can't take
it's
the
in Mark.
communion. Yeah, you can't take the
Yes,
communion
schooling.
and go still be being rude to that person. You got to confess everything to that person so you can be free. And then if they choose to forgive you, but you have done your part, that's the whole key thing, is you have done your part to forgive.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly.
just like it says. I think it's in Mark 10 or
You
12. It
have
says
to.
you can, you know what I mean. You cast anything into the sea. I'm just paraphrasing right now, but at the end it says forgive, forgive like I've forgiven you. So it's all about forgiveness. It's all
Yeah.
about forgiveness. But the thing is, Amber has a hard time to forgive in these skits. Obviously, we're skitland because
Yeah.
she's so much in the world about worrying about getting her bag, the
Yeah.
material things of the
Yeah.
world. So it's hard for her to forgive because she's just the one thing and living a different life. So you know what I mean. You can't serve two gods.
No, you can't.
So,
That is so true. And
so
Anna
Brian,
Jones was
And
agreeing with you,
I I
Terry.
I, for,
She
I forgive
says,
I forgive Charmaine for being on the fence.
yeah, I was just listening, but I want to ask you a question because everybody's talking about uh getting there's nothing wrong with people getting their bag or want to get their bag. You know, I went to a church and the pastor
Did
took
it burn
three
down?
different, no, just let me finish. The pastor took three different collection.
Oh, he's buying a
First
Rolls Royce.
collection, he said, the bills are becoming due. Listen, he
mm-hmm,
took the first collection, was the regular collection, tithes and offering. Then this pastor even have a credit card machine. He
ATM
said
machines.
the bills are due this week. It's the first of the month coming up. And the bills, remember I said he took tithes and offering. Then he said the bills are due.
mm-hmm.
So he wants to make and he name the amount that he wants to make. And he's asking everybody to contribute, whether it is $10, $50, $100. And he went for his credit card machine and he said, even you, I have my credit card machine so you can pay by credit card. That is the second offering for that day. And then the third offering, there was a person came up from Jamaica in the church, and apparently they're filing some visa petition. Person is a musician, he's playing in the band in the church, and he's filing a visa petition for the person in the church. And who he needs to pay? He wants the congregation to pay for the visa petition. So that was the third offering of the day. So when you're talking about people wanting their bag, it's all over in the church.
Well, but
Pastors are looking their bag. And
but you know
these
what?
pastors are vicious,
No, but
worse
they're
than
pros.
us
They're,
people in the world when
but
it
what did they
comes to
tell?
looking their bag and wanting their bag.
But Scripture
And
tells you the
I'm
worst.
sitting in the church and I'm looking around and I'm like, oh my God, the preaching is good and all that, and you can feel the spirit. But this pastor, all he
But
talks
what
about
spirit
is
was it?
money. The man
What
even have
spirit
a
was
debit card machine in the
it?
church
I seen it.
where
You
you
can tell.
can
In my
do
church, they have a debit card machine.
a debit
But
card
the thing
machine,
is,
and he's encouraging his people
I
to get into credit
but Charmaine, the thing
just
is,
for the reason of paying the bills. What about the people them bills? They
yeah,
just pay tithes and offering. Why you want
I
to
have a
put
lot
them
of,
in debit? Why you
I have a
want to
lot of
let
people in
them
my
put them
family that are pastors.
in debt? You're putting
I
them
have a
in
lot
debt
of.
to pay their
I guess I woke
your
up.
bills in the church, and you just collect their tithes and offering.
But you see, the thing is, I have a lot of my sister-in-law was the one that baptized me. My uncle was a deacon. My cousins are pastors. So the thing is, tithes and offering, that's Old Testament. See, a lot of the pastors they want to go into Malachi and say you 10%, but that's not. It's Old Testament. It's not in the New
Exactly.
Testament. The thing is, the Pharisees. Jesus got mad at the Pharisees. Why? Because they were showing off that they can give more, but the woman with 2 pence, she was giving from her heart. You're supposed to give from your heart. And the thing is, any church or denomination. See, I'm a man of faith. I'm not a man of religion because religion is man-made. We can get in. I don't want to get in all that subject right now, but
Yeah.
When they
Mm.
ask for tithes, like look at the you can look at all the pastors, the prosperity ministers. They're driving around in Rolls Royce, lives in
They
mansions,
have private jet. What you talking
private.
about, Rolls Royce? They're talking about private jet.
Exactly. I was going to get their private jets and everything, where people are starving and homeless and stuff like that. So they're preying on their flock. So they're false prophets. That's what they are. And it tells you in scripture. Scripture, get to the gate. Jesus says, "I don't know who you are. I don't recognize you,"
You
because
can't
for the
tell them
simple
that they're
reason
false prophets, though.
they're false
Brian.
prophets.
You cannot say that to them, even though
Well,
because you know what the Bible said: the wheat and the tares will grow until the day of harvest. Because you know why? Because they look alike. Growing, they look alike, but when the day of harvest come, you will
actually,
know them different.
guess what
What
I
I'm
got today?
saying is that everybody is out for their bag. It doesn't matter if it's me. It doesn't matter if it's who
Yeah,
this
but I
character in
understand.
Skitland, but everybody,
But
it's
that's
all
why
about the bag.
that's
So
why
some
I
people
was.
are saying, and I went to another church, and the pastor says, don't believe in tithes. He said, you don't have to tithe in terms of giving 10%. You can give your time. You don't have to give money. You can give your time. You can give
Well,
whatever you want to
that's a good
give.
pastor. That's a
So
good
you
pastor.
don't have to be saying, oh, I have to give you 10% of my earnings. He does not
That's
believe
Old
in that.
Testament. That's Old Testament. That's Old
He
Testament.
said he does not believe in that because
But
people work and people
he's
give
being a
what
man
they
of
can
he's being a
afford
man
to
of
give.
God. He's
That is
being a
what he
man of God.
believes in. Give what you can afford to give. If you don't have the money to give and you have the time to give, you can give your time in the church. Come in, do some stuff, whatever you want to do. Volunteer to do stuff. You can volunteer your time in the community. That
The
is giving, and that
the
is what he
Bible
believes in. He
the
does not
Bible
believe primarily about this 10%.
the Bible I got today, a friend blessed me with the Bible today, is the Ethiopian Bible. That's one I always wanted to read because it's got 88 books, and it's got the book of Enoch in it also, which is really interesting. So because a lot of if I know we're jumping way off subject right here right now, but just quick summation. As the King James version, just think of the words King James version. That book
Exactly.
that book was written also to suppress people and a lot of other things that were done in that time. But anyway, let's get back to
Skitland.
Charmaine on the fence.
I'm on the fence. I'm not coming off. See, what's her name? Join me on the fence. Antoinette.
Who?
Antoinette said,
Antoinette.
I'm on the fence with you. I have a lot of people on the fence. Maybe I have to get a bigger fence.
Yeah,
Because
you
I
have to
have
get
a
a
lot of
bigger
people
fence.
coming on this fence
or
with me.
you got to be like Trump. You got to build the wall.
I'm not building no wall. I build a fence. You see, there is a song said he build a fence around me every day.
Yeah.
Jesus built a fence around me, and that's the fence I'm sitting on right now.
Okay.
The one that was
Yes,
built.
yes, you're right, Anna Jones. I believe God honors tithing. Yes, he does.
That's
But
Old Testament.
Anna
It's Old
Jones,
Testament.
I used to go to a church. I was a member of that church. And every Sunday when you go to church, and I never miss a Sunday,
Mm.
every Sunday and Bible study. Every Sunday, maybe me miss Bible study, but anyway, every Sunday they want you pay your regular tithes. Then they're gonna say the church need this, the church need that, the church need that, and the church and they need members meeting to say that they have to pay off for the building too.
Yeah,
So
the
when you
building
go to
fund.
church, it's
The
all
building fund.
5 different things away from your offering. And you must give a love offering for whatever also. So I used to feel in my spirit every time, just prepare your tithes, but every single week when you go to church, they're asking for more money for something
Yeah.
else. It's
But some.
always something else, and not even
But
one.
yeah.
It's either they
Sharon.
must sell food,
Yeah.
and if they're not selling food, the bathroom need renovation, or they need building fund, all different kind of stuff. Till I couldn't take it no more.
No, but
Yeah, but Charmin, nobody is forcing you.
I'm
You
gonna
don't. You didn't have to. You didn't have to do it if you didn't want to.
No, no,
I'm
no.
gonna
I'm not saying
nobody's
I
I'm
forcing.
gonna
did.
say
I
Mm.
something
nobody's
pertaining to
And
that.
guess what?
Yeah.
just
Wait,
like
guys,
Amber was not forcing with Dave to buy a
Charmaine, guess
Melissa.
what?
So I'm coming back
The
with that.
pastor have to get taken down because he was frauding the people them all that money that they were getting.
Yeah.
People were taking money out of their house. to help pay off
Hmm.
this building that they
Exactly.
want people to
And
buy
that's what
this
I'm
church.
saying.
And that
They,
Okay.
was
they
wrong. That was wrong
refinance their
for the pastor.
houses. Trust me.
That
All right.
pastor,
That
I'm
was
Okay,
a big
telling you,
scandal.
let's get back to the
Mm-hmm.
let's
put
get back
some
All
to
money
our
on
right.
your credit
Sharon,
let's get back
card.
to our
When a
regular
pastor goes
scheduled
first to
program.
tell you to
Sharon,
put money on your credit card
Yes,
Sharon.
Darian.
to honor their bill, that's not right.
Yes,
All
Darian.
right. I'm going to say something here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you're going to categorize the body of Christ, you cannot do
Mm-hmm.
that,
Hmm.
because there are still some in Sardis has not yet defiled your garments. There are still
Mm-hmm.
godly people out there. However, when you talk about your tithes and your offering,
No, you have to pay that.
No, you
the
don't.
Bible tells you in the Old Testament in Malachi,
That's
bring
right.
Mm-hmm.
all your
3:10.
tithes in the storehouse, that
Yep.
there will
You
be
have to.
meat. Why? Because there, you think that everybody comes to church to offering and pay their tithes. Let me tell you, that is not true.
Mm-hmm.
You have pastors out there. I'm not saying that they don't have some wolf in sheep clothing. That's not what I'm saying. But you cannot categorize the body of Christ as pastors are this and that, because you have still have godly leaders living the godly life and walking the principle. You have
Mm-hmm.
people in the church that needs assistance but cannot come forth and say anything. But that's how sometimes the pastors will come and say, body of Christ, we have a need and we need assistance. You think it's
Hmm.
everybody pay tithes and offering? No, it's not. People will
Darling, they
But
pay.
all went up with envelope.
but
Trust me, every
I no
single
no no.
somebody get up
I
out
am
of that
an
chair
administrator.
and carry their
Sharon,
but
envelope, the drop in at the
Sharon,
basket.
Sharon, I am an
Mm-hmm.
administrator. When people bring tithes and offering and put in an envelope, sometimes it's $1. Don't look at that. Don't look at that and say and say that, okay,
No,
well, the
what I'm
church
saying,
get
no.
money.
The church that I used to go to, darling, trust
You
me.
you cannot
People
say
pay
that.
the tithes there. When we
You
tell you, and they
okay?
do
So
help
people pay their
family,
tithes. Remember now, say
and they
there
pay
are
the
a lot
tithes
of things
rightfully,
in
and then they
church
say they
in
want
body of
money for the
Christ.
building
Again,
fund. And we will buy tickets, we will sell tickets and all of that. Every single Sunday is something. Every single, you can't go to church one day, one Sunday, you don't hear they need extra money for something else. And then only and behold, I
listen.
got a text,
You
a
can't.
WhatsApp message. What
You
happened to
cannot
the
do that,
pastor?
because
Because
you know
people
why?
finance their house just to pay off the building
You
because they need
cannot
building
say
fund.
that. You cannot say that
No, I'm
because
telling you, people
you
did that. And
you
they have
can't.
to get the
I
pastor out of the church and get a new pastor in because he robbed everybody blind.
Well, that's one pastor, but you cannot
But I'm
categorize
just saying the
everybody in
church
the
I
same.
went to, darling. That's what I said. A
You
church I used to go to. I used to be a member there. That's
the
what I said. I'm not calling the
the,
church name,
the
but I
Bible said,
told you
It's the
what I
same thing
said.
I said. I said I
the
went
word
to
of God
a
teaches
church.
that God wants a cheerful giver.
Of course, you have
that's
to
So
be
right.
if
cheerful,
people
giver.
decide that
I
I
even
am
went up one year, couple
listen,
years, and they says you must plant a mustard seed or whatever.
I
I may
Must
am
plant it.
must
Me go,
I
I
am a giver.
me put my money. What money me have, I me place it on that in an envelope and put it on the thing.
Listen
Yes,
to me.
you know
I
me.
am a
Whenever the
giver.
spirit of God lead me, I follow.
I am a giver. I don't give to get. That's one thing I
Exactly.
don't
I'm a
do.
giver. I don't give to get. But what
I
I'm
don't give
saying,
to get. So
Charmaine mentioned something, and I'm just retelling a story, Terrian. What happened? What I
carry on.
but you are generalizing everybody, because
No,
you say the
I'm not
church
saying general.
people.
I said a church I used to go to, Terrian. Please listen clearly. Open up your ears. I said
My
a
ears is
church I
open.
used to go to.
But
I didn't
carry on.
say all churches. I said I used to go to this church, and this is what happened there. That's what I said. Don't take it out of context. I
But the thing
just
Okay.
is,
give
in Malachi,
Well, I said
because
the same
Charmaine
thing.
says there's a
but you
church
see,
No,
that
I
the
said I
pastor did
went to a
whatever,
church.
whatever. And I
Yes.
was piggybacking off of what Charmaine says, and I said, you know, Charmaine, a church I used to go to, I used to be a member at that church. The church I'm going now, Terrian, my pastor doesn't bother nobody for anything. when you hear the pastor come to us, that means it was an emergency. And everybody have to chip in.
But the thing is, in Malachi, it basically what I was talking about the tithing is when it talks in Malachi says, when you bring the injured, lame, or deceased animals and offer them as sacrifice, should I accept them from your hand, says the Lord. Cursed is the cheat who has acceptable male in his flock and vows to give it, but then sacrifice a blemished animal to the Lord.
Yeah.
So this is why that was the Old Testament as far as tithing concerns. Reason why they said give 10% was give 10% of your good flock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what the 10% came from. It didn't come from a monetary thing because they didn't deal in monetary value back then. So the thing
No.
is, when they talk about 10%, that was the old tithing, and that was only for the Jews at that time. Okay, for the Israelites at that time. It wasn't for non Jesus. You know what I meant to say. It was non-Jewish people, anyways. But the thing is, a lot of people get that verse. A lot of pastors have manipulated that verse to the flock to tell their flock, like, listen, you know what? If you don't give tithe, they make them feel guilty. No, you're supposed to give from your heart. And the thing is,
That's how we must give 10% of our earnings.
yeah, but you're not supposed to give 10%. That's Old Testament. This is where a lot of people get caught up in the word. It's Old Testament. There's nowhere in the New Testament, because when Jesus came, there was no tithing. Nobody tithed when Jesus came.
He said in Second Corinthians, he said for you to be a cheerful giver.
True giver. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
A
what he
cheerful
said, a
giver.
cheerful giver.
A
A
cheerful
cheerful
giver.
giver.
Because
Yeah.
reason why? Because he upset the table with the Pharisees in the temple for the simple because they were showing off. And the woman gave her the 2 pence. She gave from her heart. That's what it means being a cheerful giver.
So,
Nowhere does it
but
say
I'm
you
just
have
saying,
you give
don't
what
categorize the body of Christ. That's all.
you give what you want to
All
give.
right. Give what you have. Sometimes
That's
I
all.
don't have nothing to give.
And then God
I'm
knows you don't
always
have
giving.
anything to give.
I agree
But you see, but
100%,
giving
Terry. You
should be
are
your
so right. And Kenyatta says, Error. If you ever want to write and publish, look me up. My company has published 130 books. It's off of my company. All right, Kenyatta. And then Eros says, glory be to God. Same month with my last baby, Osma. She will be 9 years old in October. Oh, that's wonderful, Ero. Well said there. Well says everyone. And let's see. Anna says, I think anything outside of the tithing, we have to use discernment. Definitely, we have to. Yes. And I will buy dinner ticket and so forth to support, because I know that it goes, and even for scholarship when I used to have it. Yeah. I am a Christian author. I've written a lot, but I haven't tackled marriage. I'll leave that to the expert like you. Oh, you mean at Era? Okay, that's wonderful. Oh, look there, Kenyatta and Era as make friends. All right, guys. So thank you guys for being here with us. Thank you, everyone. We run off everybody about the tithing. Everybody run gone leave way. So thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you. Thank you, mods.
Thank you,
And
Brian,
O'Neill
for your
is on now.
lively
Thank you,
discussion.
Lee. Thank you, Charmaine.
I
Thank you, Terry.
enjoyed
And
the
thank you,
debate.
Brian.
Charmaine, I'm buying some more wood for you to build bigger fence.
No. I don't do wood fence. My fence
Okay.
is concrete.
A concrete fence, okay.
Yes, it's concrete fence. That's why it now go pop down.
Okay, I'm gonna get some cement.
Yeah, you send some cement because I keep reinforcing it. The more
Okay.
people join, I reinforce.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, once again, and have a blessed evening. And
You too, darling.
thank you so much. And you know what? Let's keep this debate. And you know what? And anybody out there, listen, subscribe, and hit the like button if you're on. If you haven't hit it already, hit it on the way out.
All
Yes,
right. Thank
Brian.
you.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Brian. And I always enjoy
Great
talking with
debate.
you and Lee. Trust me, if you keep me on my toes. So you have to keep doing what you're
I don't
doing.
want you to fall off that cement fence.
No. I'm still going to be on the fence, not falling off, but you keep me on my toes.
Bless
So
you.
we will do another debate tomorrow. I hope there's something tomorrow that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, so
all right. Thank you,
enjoy the
guys. I
rest
will
of your
We got to
appreciate you
evening.
spend
guys
more
being
time
here.
on. You know who we got to
But
spend
Terry,
more
I'm
time
gone.
on? Is Shayla.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
We got to spend a little bit more
All
time
right.
on
Good
shame
night,
and
Yeah,
everybody.
advocacy.
we will. Trust me,
All
we
right.
will.
Good
All
All
night.
right.
right.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Talk to
night,
you
everyone.
tomorrow.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. Great
Bye.
debate. Bye, Brian. Bye, everyone.